Period, fat boy.
What are you getting, by the way? I didn't even ask you. You got the book? That's fine. He says I'm live. We're starting late again. It's 10 after 9. All right, it's Joel Wynkoop Show. I can't hear my feedback. I really don't need these. I can't hear anything. So
Why can't you hear him?
I have no clue.
It's in there.
I can hear the music. I just can't hear myself. Anyway, it's Joel Wynkoop Show. We're here now. I can, and sorry we're late. I told myself no matter what, I'm going on at 9 o'clock tonight. I will do it, and I didn't. I failed you. I apologize. I'm sorry. I was gonna be on at 9. Have even Stevens. We got Ian Stevens coming on tonight. Really annoyed with Burger King because I pull in there to get their barbecue thing. I've been trying to do this for 3 times now. One time I went to Burger King and I went in there and I said, yeah, I'll try your barbecue blah blah thing. And they're like, oh yeah, we don't have any of those right now. I'm like, how do you not have them? It just started advertising it a week ago. Well, yeah, we're out. Oh, unbelievable. No, that was the second time. First time I go in and I say, can I try one of your barbecue things, the barbecue Whopper, whatever it is, barbecue thing. Um, oh yes, okay. And I said, and I want a large Coke and I want a large unsweetened iced tea with extra extra ice. What? I want a large unsweetened iced tea with extra extra extra. What part aren't you getting on? Put some extra ice in there anyway. So pull up and the girl and pay the money. Then you go to the next window and the girl goes, "There you go. There's this and unsweetened tea and a large Coke, and you got your barbecue blah blah whatever it's called." So I take her word for it, and you know what they do to you, just like Joe Pesci says in Lethal Weapon 3. They f you at the drive-thru. They f you at the drive-thru. So I think I trust them. So we go home and I open it up and I go, "All right, I'm gonna try this barbecue beef thing." And I open it up and it's a chicken sandwich. Son of a bitch! So second time we go, pull in there. I go, "Yeah, I really want to get that barbecue thing. Last time I was here, it was a chicken sandwich when I got home. So please, make sure it's the barbecue sandwich." So I'll take a barbecue sandwich. We don't have any of those right now. I go, "Why are you advertising it then?" "Well, we ran out of the ingredients." I go, "Why don't you go get this?" That is the worst Burger King there because they always run out of everything. You pull in there one time, yeah, like a Whopper. "We don't have any meat." One time we went in there, we just want a large Coke. We have the Coke, but we don't have any ice. Go get some ice. There's a store right next to you. Go get the ice. But they don't do that. Anyway, so second time. Third time, kind of my fault. I go to the Burger King here by the studio. I got 15 minutes because I want to go on the air at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to go in there, get something to eat real quick, I'll wolf it down in the car, I'll go in, set up, do the show. Get in there. Wait. Give the order. Yeah, I'll take the barbecue blah blah and a large Coke. Okay, that's blah blah blah. Come on up. Okay, pull up behind the next 3 cars. Sit. Finally, get up to the window, the first window, because I don't know why they build these things with two windows. They build them with two windows. One's to pay and one's to pull up to the other one. No, they never use the first ones. Wendy's doesn't do that either. They don't use the first window. They just use the second window. What was the point of putting in the first window? McDonald's has got that too. They got 1, 2, 3. They have 3 windows, and the first one, well, okay, I can't say that about them. They take the order there, and then you pull up, and they're usually pretty good about it. But this one don't. So, anyway, so I'm waiting, and I see it sitting in the window. It's got the name I used on there, the bag. And I'm thinking, and the Coke sitting right next to it. And I'm like, why am I waiting? So I wait 2 minutes, which is a long time to wait, at the window when you're looking at your food right in the window, and the 2 people are ignoring you. So I said, screw it. I'm going to be late. I was late anyway. But I'm going to be late if I don't go now. So I just said, I didn't even say nothing to him. I just floored it out of there, ripped onto the highway, and raced down here. So that's my annoying story from, as Joe Pesci would say, they F you at the drive-thru. They F you at the drive-thru. So, and then they got the nerve to put a sign up that says, please have your money ready when you approach the window. Yeah, sure, I have no problem with that. Why don't you have my food ready when I approach the window? That's what I think. Anyways, all right, you can tune in tonight if you're here already, or if you're not, or somebody is, or you tell your friend. I guess you just go to YouTube and you put in the Joel Wynkoop Show, and it should show a little live icon, and you can click on that. Or you should be able to go to Bull's Radio Lounge if you're not there already. Bull's Radio Lounge, right, Bull? Should be able to go to Bull's Radio Lounge.
Yes, go to youtube.com. Just search Bull's Radio Lounge, and you'll find all the shows. Your show, Joe Wynkoop Show, The Bullshitter Show, and Bull and the Bartender Show.
And if they want to listen to tonight's show, they should
go to Bull's Radio Lounge.
Right.
Go to youtube.com and search Bull's Radio Lounge.
There you go. YouTube. So they can't just go to the Facebook site, Bull's Radio Lounge. They have to go to YouTube.
You're going 2 different ways.
Well, tell me the easiest way would
easiest way, just go to YouTube.
Is just to go to Bull's Radio Lounge.
Everybody knows how to get on YouTube. Okay.
Most people. Some people are like,
everybody knows how to do YouTube, right? Everybody knows how to do Facebook, right?
I don't know about that.
If you go to YouTube, just go to youtube.com.
I have friends that don't know what YouTube is.
Really?
Okay, I'm pulling your leg. Go ahead.
If you go to youtube.com, just search Bull's Radio Lounge, then you'll see all the channels that we have up there right now.
Do you know what an aggravating night I've had? I didn't get my barbecue thing.
Easy there, buddy.
I'm starving.
All right, well, what do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. Write a letter to Burger King. Tell them to be more prompt.
I'll tell them then.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, continue.
And then go to facebook.com. Just search Bull's Space Radio Lounge, all one word, and you'll find the channel right there.
Good enough. That's good enough. And I got my monitor. It says nice connection, and it says pulled pork sandwich. I'm going to put that over here. Can I put this over here?
Yeah, you can put it right over there. Yeah.
Will it go without?
Yeah, absolutely. Go. Yeah.
We're not using that one, right?
No, you're good.
See, we just do it how we want it.
You're good to go.
All right, cool. We're good to go. So, yes, if anybody wants to, please tune in. Let's give it a few minutes to see if anybody comes on before I get give me some chat stuff so I know you people are out there, because we're going to bring on Ian Stevens, who's been a friend of I don't even want to say. See, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm hungry, because someone doesn't know how to do their job at the drive-in. Stranded at the drive-in. Something, something, something. Oh, Sandy, baby. What's that from?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't know what that's from?
No.
Oh, yeah, she's automatic. Oh, whoa, she's a grease lightning. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, go grease lightning, cruising down the quarter mile. Grease lightning. You don't know what that's from?
No. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, Sandy, baby. You know what that's from?
No. Please tell me. I'm
not telling you nothing until you tell me what this movie is. Okay, how about she swam by me. She got a cramp.
Negative.
He got a sedan.
Starting to see familiar. What is
It's multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. Oh my God, it's Grease, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never bring up Grease?
You never seen Grease?
I've seen Grease. Don't
So
care for Grease.
Grease cares for you.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Grease is a horrible production.
It loves you. It's not just the play, it's the movie.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a horrible production.
Oh.
Horrible.
Hear that, baby? You can slap him across his head next time you see him.
Horrible. Horrible.
All right. We are going to go to a quick break, and we're going to get Ian Stevens on the line. I can't think of anything else to complain about. I think.
I mean, you complain about everything else.
Well, what else is there to do?
As your phone
Except
is on
complain.
while we're on the air.
I always have my phone on.
No, vibrate. It needs to be on vibrate while we're live.
No, I never do that. I always let my phone on. Always. All the Joel Wynkoop
It's not good
shows
radio
etiquette.
etiquette.
No, yes it is. But I'm breaking the radio etiquette. Neither is coming on at 9:10, but we did that.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, you know what?
That's fine. Remember who's controlling this ship.
Yeah, well, this ship's about to hit an iceberg and sink. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to. I can't. I said I couldn't think of anything else. Somebody bring me a pizza. That'd be great. Bring a pizza over here. And
Joel's hungry. Give him some food.
Yeah, that'd be
Jesus
awesome.
Christ.
That'd be awesome. No, Jesus has nothing to do with it. I'm just hungry and I want something to eat. I'm gonna eat on the way home.
Oh, my food now.
All right, we got this. Cathy's using my name, so it says Joel Wynkoop's coming up on here, and Bad Papa Smurf.
Now be easy with him. He's a good
Oh,
radio
see,
patron.
I know, and he said, "Someone get this man a burger." Thank you, Bad Papa Smurf. Do you know one time?
Smurf. Thank you, buddy.
Do you know one time I did a rock video for the they're out of Scotland. The band was called Choke, and it was in Port St. Lucie, and they needed an actor. And I can't remember. We didn't have Facebook then, so I think it was through my agent. And I went over, met the guys and everything. And they go, okay, what we're going to do is paint you all blue. So I was down to just a loincloth. That's all I had on. And they painted me blue from head to toe.
You have a picture of this?
And it's, I don't know if I would have this. I know it was on the front of the Port St. Lucie News, but that was way back in 96. But I don't know if you'd be able to find that. But my nephew called me right away at the second wife. And he called her, and she answered the phone, and he goes, let me speak to Papa Smurf. That's a long way to get there for Bad Papa Smurf. But that was my nephew calling me saying, let me speak to Papa Smurf, because I guess that's what it looked like. But the girl grabbed the loincloth, one of the girls that was painting me. She thought I wasn't looking, because I had 4 people painting me, putting the blue. Oh, the shaving me. No, the shaving.
Shaving you first.
They had to shave me first. Shaving my arms, my chest, my back, my legs. And at one point, I was, because there's 4 people there. There's 3 guys and 1 girl, and they're all shaving me. And, I'm kind of, whatever, standing there, getting shaved. And at one point, I kind of looked down, and I saw the girl that was doing down below there, and she grabbed I call it a loincloth. I guess that's what it was. She grabbed that, and she lifted up, and I go, yeah, I got something under. And she goes, I wasn't looking. I was just making sure where the razor's going to go next.
She took a look at the Wynkoop loins?
Yeah, I think, well, I happened to look down as she was doing it, and I go, yeah, I got something on under it. And she goes, oh, no, that's not, I was looking for I got a razor. So anyway, after they did all the cutting with the razor, then they painted my entire body blue.
How long did that take?
Oh, man, to shave me, and it was all, the shaving, I think, was done at the house where the part of the shoot was taken. Then we went to the Port St. Lucie courthouse. And inside the courthouse in one of the rooms is where they applied all the blue paint. And then Port St. Lucie newspaper came in as I'm being painted, and I did a whole interview in there.
Nice.
Yeah. It's the first time I've been painted blue. And then I was on the front page of the Port St. Lucie News for that. This is really blurry. Is it supposed to be blurry?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yes. Yes.
Well, then I'm blurry. My eyes are blurry. You would think that the guy behind the board would be on top of the... Yeah! Bad Papa Smurf says you would think the guy behind the board would be top of the...
Hold on. Now coming from a guy that does not bring us beer that he said he was going to bring us beer.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Anytime you want to bring beer, Bad Papa Smurf, that'd be awesome.
On the Bull and the Bartender show, this is sort of a frequent listener to the show, right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to bring us beer because he makes his own beer.
Bull, you keep talking. I got to adjust something.
Okay, what's going on?
You keep talking.
Why? What do you? So I guess Joel decided to change
How's that look? Does that look better?
Well, I'm doing something else, but.
Is that better?
Yeah, sure. Gotcha. He's just, I don't know, he's sort of shot out of a cannon.
That's the way I do things.
I don't know what's going on.
The Connection by Nick Naylor and Rod Grant. See, I support those guys. We bought T-shirts, me and Cathy. See?
There he is.
Don't
Joel
be cheap,
shot out of a
people.
cannon.
Buy T-shirts, buy movies, buy videos, buy DVDs. All right, we're gonna. What were you saying? Were you saying something? Were you saying anything important?
No,
You never do.
apparently not.
Why don't we just go to a little clip of something, and then we'll be right back in like 2 minutes with Ian Stevens. Ian, are you out there? Type in if you are. And if you don't, it just maybe he doesn't. He might not know how to use his fingers on a keyboard.
It's amazing how that works.
Keyboards are hard. You gotta like put the keyboard down, and then you gotta go like A, B. We'll be right back with Joel Wynkoop Show with Ian Stevens. Watch this amazing stuff we're gonna play that I have no clue what it is. Here it comes.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay, 1 second.
We had an issue with it. Just keep on.
We're gonna put something up for an hour while I go to get something to eat.
Where do you want to go for lunch or dinner?
I don't know. Where do you want to go? Not Burger King.
Nah, not Burger King. Burger King's too overrated.
Yeah. Is there still Pizza Huts?
I think
See,
so.
listen to that cool music.
What is that?
You gotta guess it. Guess Wynkoop's ringtone. Guess this ringtone.
Everything was shutting down on me, buddy. I'm sorry.
Guess this ringtone, and you get a copy of Lost Faith. We didn't do it last week because nobody really was, Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, my wife knows. She can't. Show says live stream. Oh,
now
Cathy says,
we're back online.
Oh, we're back online.
Yeah, I had a computer issue. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll go to commercial break. When we come back, more of the Joel Wynkoop Show
Yeah.
with his guest Ian Stevens live on the phone. Stand by, back in a minute.
Yeah, baby.
It is lucky period, fat boy.
Love connection. Something, something, something. They picked a winner. I took my date to the Medina. Oh, God, I screwed it up. I gotta learn that song. I have to learn that song. Man, here's one for you. I had an old cat named Roy. He was a good old boy. Used to go hunting down by the lake, catch him a nice fresh garter snake, bring him on back, set in the grass, looking like I had him a green mustache. Yeah, Roy was a good old boy. Doink, doink, till the dogs got him. All right, coming up, we got Ian Stevens. I got to say one more thing before we get Ian on here, and Ian can hear this too, because I told him about it, but I found out about it last second. I also told my producer in case he wanted to come down. It's the old Tampa film review that Paul and Pete Guzzo used to do. But somebody, I won't name, bought every single thing to do with film review and Tampa, like 50 of them, websites, so nobody else could use them. So theirs is now called Review Tampa Bay, I believe. And it was down at 114th 12th Street, the Factory. And it's a real cool place. It's a big, open space. And last night this is coming back, and it'll be back in September. They play a whole bunch of shorts and commercials just to showcase everybody's talent. And we had a Battlesuit play there last night, and Marcus Kempton, one of my partners, he did an awesome job just taking that back to the studio, and there's been work put into that from overseas with graphics and explosions, and we blew the whole building up, and lasers coming out of my fists, and a real superhero action thing, and everybody really loved it. It was really nice to get all the hard, cool applause last night, and very gratifying, very fun night last night. And I got to meet the Tampa Film Commissioner, Tyler. I want to say Makanovich, but I don't think that's right, so I'll just say Tyler. So if Tyler's listening tonight, thank you. And as I walked up to Tyler, I get the biggest kick out of this when this stuff happens. I walked up to Tyler, and he turned around and he goes, "Hey, Joel Wynkoop, Joel Wynkoop's here." And I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm halfway talking to him, and I stop, and I go, wait a minute, how do you know me? I just met you. He goes, everybody knows your name around here. And I go, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, we all know you. You've been doing movies here for years and years and years, and you got the..." And he saw the talk show, which I thought was cool. But that was just kind of neat, because I've been doing movies here since 2002, and then previously from 2002 back to 84, and if you want to call it the Super 8 stuff, that would go into the 70s. So I've been doing it a long time. But it was just really cool, because that was my first time meeting him, and great guy, and that's our film commissioner of Tampa Bay. So very, very, very cool to have met. He knew me, but for me to meet him last night was awesome. And then, of course, you network with all the other filmmakers. And so without further ado, we are going to talk with, Cathy says, yeah, I said it right, kind of. The screen's a little blurry, but it's Tyler Martinovich, I think, if I'm pronouncing that right. I hope so. Anyway, I hope we get some more people chatting coming in. We got Ian Stevens is coming up right now. My producer is bringing him on the line now. There he is. Ian Stevens, how are you? And then again, maybe not.
Are you there, Ian?
Mr. Ian Stevens?
Hello?
He's whispering.
Are you there? Hello?
Ian Stevens, are you there? Say, yes, I'm here. I hear him there, but
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either. Are you there, Ian?
Kind of creepy.
Talk louder. I don't know what he's saying.
You want to try to call him live again?
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do it right now.
Joel is now calling Mr. Stevens live.
Missed. Here we go.
Let's see what
happens.
happens.
He's whispering because people were trying to hear us talking on the show.
Ian.
There he is, Ian Stevens. Ian Stevens.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Oh, God, not this again. He can't hear me. Now he's swearing. Now he's like, these stupid morons don't even know how to. That's what's going on. People right now are saying that these two clowns don't even know how to do a radio show. They can't even get people on the radio. Can you hear us yet? No, he's swearing. He's like, these.
Well, it's not. No.
Guys.
It's not us guys.
It's us.
It's the phone technology.
Okay.
It's the phone technology.
Is it? Oh yeah, that's right. Is it mine?
It probably is yours.
Should we do yours?
So don't say these guys.
Well, that's what he's saying.
I don't care what he said, but I'll say these guys.
He's probably saying those two clowns don't even know what they're doing. I don't even have a phone setup that's decent. Hello?
Well, donate to the show and we can get one.
Yeah.
That way we can have a phone setup.
So it's gone now, so.
He's calling you now?
Good Lord. No.
Oh. So what do you want to do? Do you want
Life is so sad. I'm going to try him back one more time with this. It worked the first time. It's a cruel, cruel talk show. Now we're gone. Now his phone's ringing, but you can't hear me, can you, Ian?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I'll just leave it there in case you can hear, but I wouldn't repeat, so I'll just keep it that way.
You can't hear. Can you hear me now?
Now Joel's on the phone directly to him.
Yeah. Hang on. But you can't.
We're seeing what's going on.
But you can't hear me now.
Let me try another one. Hold on. Let me try something else here.
Yeah, switch.
Mr. Stevens, are you there? Is he plugged in?
No,
he's on the phone?
Yeah, he's still on the phone.
Mr. Stevens, are you there?
Hang on, don't hang up.
No, he's not there either.
Try. Is that the only ones to try?
Let me try this one while I unplug this one.
Keep hanging on.
Hello, Mr. Stevens?
Hello?
Nothing on that one either.
Yeah, just getting stuff.
It's getting static.
Static.
Mr. Stevens, are you there? No. Not mine. I don't know what happened.
What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I can go off Facebook Live to go call him back. I mean, if that's what you want to do.
I don't know why he's not coming through. You can hear me now, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, hang on. One more. We're going to try this one more time.
Let's see what happens.
How about now? Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can?
You still there?
Ian, can you hear me? I can hear him saying yes, but it's just not coming through.
I can speak closer to the microphone.
No, that's good. Keep doing that. Oh, we just lost him.
I don't think he can hear you.
He was
I think
perfect.
it's your phone, dude.
It was, well, I know, but that's why I'm saying I pulled that, and then I could hear him. Let's try it again.
Live testing only on the Joel Wynkoop
Yeah,
show.
it's live testing. We didn't have time before.
I can hear you, and all of a sudden I lost you.
Now I got you. Stay just like that. Keep standing on your head with your left foot pointing to Iowa and your right hand pointing to Arkansas, and we should be okay. Oh, did you drop your leg? Point it to Arkansas.
Are you there, Joel?
I'm here. Are you there? You got your leg pointing to Arkansas? It's a connection right here. How about now?
I can hear you fine.
All right. Let's hope that stays. Just keep your foot pointing to
me?
Arkansas. Yes, I can hear you.
Not team.
We may be going. Can you hear me yet?
Yeah, short phone.
Oh, my God. Kill me.
Short phone.
Do you want to call him on the other phone?
Can you hear me now, Ian? Oh, my God, Lati. Son of a bitch.
Such language.
It's going to get worse here if we don't get this thing going. It's like it can. See, now I hear him.
Well, yeah, because I have it potted up.
I mean, I hear the
Hello,
phone.
how are you?
Now, Ian Stevens.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Joel?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can say hear him perfect, but he can't.
Can you hear me?
You can't hear me, though.
Tasting 1, 2, 3. Tasting grape, apples, oranges. Tasting 1, 2, 3.
Why? I can hear him,
hear me?
but he can't hear me.
Can you hear me now?
That's good. That's probably your phone.
I hear him there.
I'm here.
Can you hear me, Ian? Can you hear me? Hello? Nope, he hung up.
Do you want to do it on this one?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Gosh. How annoying.
Well, I mean, what can you do, buddy? You know, we're working with what we got.
I guess.
You know what? I don't know what else you expect from me.
$1 million.
You know.
That's the number. Can you use the blue phone?
Not if it doesn't have service.
Wow, whatever you had on it. We never added anything.
No. Well, then if it doesn't have service, you can't do
We
it.
used to do periscoping out of it.
What?
We used to when you taught me how to Periscope.
Well, that was a different time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is guy's
All right.
number right here.
Yeah, that's his number.
All right, let me see that. Let me do that.
So, are we still live now, though?
You're still live, buddy.
Okay, because I'll
Not on Facebook, but you're live.
Yeah, so if the people that were on Facebook, sorry, but we only have one. We have one phone. We're so sad here. I'm sorry.
If you donate to the show, though, then we'll be able to buy more products.
You can't see Analog Nightmares. Let me pull that in.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Ian Stevens.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Oh my God! Don't tell me you can't hear me now. I swear to God, I'll scream.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He can't hear us.
Ian, are you still there?
I can hear you.
Now you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh my God! What a nightmare.
I know.
Jeez.
I've already wet my pants 3 times.
Don't wet your pants. But so sorry to keep you. Look, I did.
Allison,
I
can you get another pen, please?
Oh, jeez. Hold off on that.
You still there?
I'm still here. You bet.
I'm still there. Sometimes you guys could say, you can't hear me, and I can hear you, but you just weren't receiving my transmission back to you.
I could hear you, but you just couldn't hear me. It's like that commercial where the guy stands
there were
there
a couple times when you guys called, and I could hear you clearly, but you guys were saying, I can't hear you, and I can't hear you, and I could hear you clearly as well.
Yeah, you could hear us, but we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Allison, can you pass me the meth, please?
Yeah, do more meth. Meth by the Joel Wynkoop Show.
Yeah,
it's important to do meth.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot to say, the Joel Wynkoop Show is being brought to you by Tampa Bay Screams and Analog Nightmares. Tonight only. No, it's almost every night. So, and Ian, are you watching on YouTube also?
We can watch this on YouTube?
Yeah. You didn't read the post I sent you, did you?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Okay, it's always nice to get reprimanded while I'm on live radio TV. No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I need to know which is my best side here.
If it's all of them. If you pull up YouTube and put in the Joel Wynkoop Show, you should see a little live thing, and it'll come right up, and you can watch, because all your pictures are going right now, and I thought you'd want to watch it.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so handsome.
You are.
Allison, I'm here with my director of communications and social media, Allison Trado, and we're now looking over to the site. So we're now at the Bulls Radio Lounge.
Oh, good.
Go to the Joel Wynkoop Show. He says they're showing pictures of me now.
Yep.
That's scary.
There's your.
So what's on your mind? So are we still going to do a complete hour here?
No, we're going to do a complete hour, but I want to make sure you're signed in. You can chat in. You can see your pictures running right now. Can you see all that?
Okay. Well, I'm leaving that up to Allison to figure it out, because she's on her computer screen. We have a big screen here.
All right, Allison.
I'm in her office, and we're going over doing some cap stuff. Well,
do you want me to cheer for her? Go, Allison, go. Go, Allison, go.
Go,
yay,
go,
Allison.
Go. Can you what do you need to clip on there, Allison?
Oh, there's
That's okay. She'll figure it out while you and I talk. So what's
okay, all right. Well, Ian Stevens, you have done so much in the business. Tell me, first of all, like I pretty much every one of my shows, the ones that were on TV, the internet ones, the radio ones, and I have a guest on. I always say, "How did you and I meet?" So tell me, Mr. Ian Stevens, how did you and I meet? And then we're going to go into your history.
How did we first meet?
Yes.
I was asked to host a show called the Talkie Awards back in 2013, 2014, from Alex Wadsworth from Talkwad Studios. And we were developing some projects called Talk Inc. with me and Kim Marie out of Daytona. And we were putting together the commercial promo for the Talkie Awards. And a mutual friend of ours told us we were going to be filming some funny scenes and, like zombie scenes and commercial bits and radio gags and all that kind of stuff. And they called you, and you came down, and that's how we first met.
That was Doug Vader's.
And then we met again on the red carpet, and you were hosting the red carpet for the event, and I was hosting the show. And are you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
This is about you now.
I'm hearing an echo, so you also need to turn that down. I know, but it's trailing. It's what's called it's looping.
Yeah, it's a delay.
It goes in the thing, it loops out, and then you can't hear it. But you're hearing it live. Me and Joel here anyway, so we're good. That's how you and I first met, and then I think we were both kind of fans of each other in the course of our conversation, and things just kind of grew from there. And then we became good friends, and we worked on each other's projects, some fun stuff coming up and fun stuff we're doing and things we just did recently in the past this last year. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, the only fan I have is the type that sits on my desk and I plug it in and it keeps me cool, and that's all I need. But tell us about now because you've got you got connections with and a man. Okay, I'm getting his name, Jeff. I don't want.
Jeff Conaway.
Conaway. I was gonna say Conrad. I know it's not Conrad. Jeff Conaway and come on, why am I failing? Because I haven't eaten. I'm so pissed off. I haven't eaten. Marty, come quick. We're gonna send you back to the future.
Christopher Lloyd. You're talking about Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
And
well,
but
I have connections. Well, Jeff has passed away in 2011.
Yeah, that was sad.
But he and I have been buddies since 1973. I met Jeff first. I was living back east with my dad for a year in Maryland, and he had done the part of Danny on Broadway after Bruce. I can't think of his last name.
Boxleitner?
No, he was the guy that played the lead. He was the guy that played the lead in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, Cathy would know that.
This isn't Sarandon.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy that played Brad. That's Cathy. You know who this is. Cathy's going to type it in.
Anyway,
she's a big fan.
So but the show was originally written for Jeff because Jeff had done Broadway for like 10, 12 years. So he started on Broadway at about the age of 10. And then the guys that wrote Grease, because Jeff was doing a number of shows. He was very popular when he was a teenager and as a young adult. And so they wrote Grease for him to play Danny. And then Bruce came in and played it. And Jeff played Kinnicky on stage. And then when it went to National Touring Company, he took over the role. Well, actually, he took over the role of Danny on Broadway. And then before it went to National Touring Company, he then played Danny on the National Touring Company. And I met him. They were in Washington, D.C. at the National Theater, and I was in my English class. I was 14 at the time, and he was about 22. And we went backstage, and we met, and we just became instant friends. We were pen pals when people actually used to write letters to each other. And he was, his career had, of course, sailed, and I was still doing different things. And by that time, I'd already, because I started acting when I was 4, when I was kind of backtrack a little bit, back when I was in California, when my parents were still married, and I was doing commercials a lot, and I did a couple of films here and there and that kind of stuff, and I had a chance to work with some top people. But I grew up in the industry, to even go further back. I come from a 4th generation. My great-grandfather was a scriptwriter and what they call a script supervisor. And then my grandfather did the same thing. He was also an author in his own right. And then my dad and his 2 brothers were into special effects. And so they were engineers, they were inventors, they were creators. They came up with a lot of sound effects, light effects, things like that. They worked on movies like The Day the Earth Stood Still, the 1951 version,
cool.
Directed by Robert Wise. They worked on a lot of stuff with Disney. Walt Disney took a fancy to my dad and my 2 uncles in their work. And so they were actually one of the original inventors of the audio animatronics with Disney.
Oh, wow.
And then they helped with Disneyland in 1955. And I wasn't born yet. And then they kept working on different things and stuff. And then my dad in 1961 said I had enough of Hollywood. And so we moved to Palo Alto, where I grew up mostly. But when I was little, when I was about 4 years old, I saw the movie Music Man with Ron Howard, and I told my mom, I want to do that. My dad said, oh gosh, no way.
And how old are you then?
I was 4. So I auditioned for San Francisco's ACT, American Conservatory Theater, which is really popular, just as popular as Juilliard and the rest of them. And I auditioned for the part of Prince Chulalongkorn in The King and I, because I could sing at that age too. And so that was my first role. And then I started doing commercials, did Wonder Bread commercials. My first line ever on TV was, I think it was like 7.5 years old, and I said, Wonder Bread's the 8-hour bread. And that's it, because I could read it at an early age, and so I could retain it and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, so I did that, and then I stopped acting for a while, and I got into sports. And then when I was about 17, 18, I felt I really wanted to get back into acting again. So I, hit the stage and did a lot of that, did a lot of theater, worked again with American Conservatory Theater, and then I moved to Los Angeles. I had a lot of my dad and my mom were both from Pasadena, so I settled back and went to school there. I'd gone to Stanford for a semester and then also Foothill College and did a lot of summer stock. and then moved to LA and settled in Pasadena. And then I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, did my formal training. And then I wanted to learn behind the camera too, so I went to AFI, studied there, and graduated in 1980. And I was there when Spike Lee was there, and he was at Juilliard back and forth. He was going back and forth between the West Coast, East Coast, and a lot of other filmmakers at the time. And so then I just hit the pavement and just plugged away and did a lot of guest spots on different shows and that type of thing. So I was doing Happy Days, Morgan Mindy, Laverne and Shirley, a lot of Paramount production, because I also know Jeff, and so Jeff introduced me to Jeff Greenberg, who was and Bobby Harris, who was the casting director. They had like a corral of actors that they had, and then in 81, 82, they decided to go back to the old studio system. Or trying to develop things with NBC, CBS, NBC, and so forth. Like Tom Hanks was, he and Peter Scholar and a bunch of other ones were part of the stable of actors that they had at ABC. Can you hear? Someone's talking. I can't hear myself. You okay? You on? All right. Whoever's talking in the background,
So I'm waiting for you to pause.
For the talking, we're gonna do this. Anyway, so I'm just saying I can't hear myself. You guys are talking.
I know. I'm letting you go.
Not you. Whoever else it wasn't you.
Oh, no, that's my producer. He's got to let me know if something's messing up. He's got to tell me.
Well, then he needs to do hand signals or something. You guys have hand signals. Anyway.
I can't read his hand signals. Keep going.
We had, and then myself and Jim Carrey and a few others were working on. We were the stable of actors under Fred Silverman at NBC, and then that died a horrible death after about a year and a half. And then I went overseas. I lived in France for 6-7 months and taught theater and film and music. And I came back because SAG was on strike, so none of us could work. And then I substitute taught while I came back, and I was, just plugging away as an actor. And then I got into back from production 1988. I got into working at Universal Studios, worked my way up the ladder over many years, and as the executive producer eventually. And then I worked on the various projects as an administrator. But Lou Wasserman was my direct boss. And so for many years, I worked that. And I was still involved in stage and film and doing different projects. And then in 1990 is when I was directing a show with Jeff Conaway and Christopher Lloyd. And we were doing an original Christmas musical called End You Bethlehem. And so as a result of that, and I was doing another show with Chris over at Pasadena Playhouse called Most Happy Fella. And we combined the efforts, and Jeff had asked me, pulled me aside and said, "Have you ever thought about coaching?" And I said, "Oh, I teach at the university from time to time." He says, "No, we really need to get you to coach us." I said, "Well, I thought you guys were with Milton Casellas." Milton was the acting coach in Hollywood, and so he had all the A-listers. And he said, "Well, yeah, we did, but John Travolta kind of converted into Scientology, and it was a blah 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 blah." And it was interrupting the whole method of acting, not just that they were method actors, but just the process. I said, "Well, why don't you do me a favor?" I said, "Why don't I come on Saturday morning with you guys?" And he said, "Sure." So Chris and Jeff and I went to the studio in Beverly Hills. And we walk in, and it was a plethora of all A-listers. It was about 30 people. And I looked around the room, and there was Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Tom Hanks, what's-her-face, Meryl Streep, Sally Fields, Daniel Day-Lewis, and a bunch of other people, and two people sitting in the chairs doing an improv exercise class. An exercise was Paul Newman and Robert Redford. And so I sat there and I'm looking around the room, and I wasn't starstruck because I'd seen and worked with other actors in my family through the years, so it was no big deal. But it was interesting because then a light bulb went off my head. I said, aha, the reason why these guys are at the A-listers is because they realize that the competition's too tough. They have to be like a great athlete. They have to fine-tune their situation to stay as a good actor. And so they're out there plugging away. Otherwise, someone else is going to get the job, no matter how old you are. So I was really impressed with that. So eventually Chris and Tony Danza and Jeff Conaway and a few others, Michael Jeter, Michael Clark Duncan later on, and a few others became students of mine. And we had a group session, and then everyone's schedule kind of got wacky. So I started doing individuals of people's homes and do one-on-one sessions with them on scripts that they were working on. And that's basically kind of an on-call situation. And then developed the class for a little bit. And then when I moved out here to Florida in 2009, I was basically coming with the intent of never working in show business again. I really was just kind of like, I'm done, all this kind of stuff. And then I feel like Al Pacino in Godfather 3, where they said the minute I thought I was up, Pull me back in. So I got involved with the Florida Motion Picture Television Association, and then from that, people knew about my working with celebs and acting, directing, and so forth. And it kind of took off. And now I'm on top of developing Cap Studios, which is my company, and we're doing some things that even Joel's going to be starring in very soon this next year. We have an episode of which we're going to be putting together of the show called Shattered. It's a trilogy of stories, kind of like Twilight Zone. It's very science of the mind. It's not blood or gore, but it's all impactful of me being a fan of Rod Serling and Night Gallery. And so we've already filmed the first episode, and of where we have Sean Stevens that played the first episode, and we have Eddie Deason. Thank you, Eddie Deason, who played Eugene in Grease, and also was the voice of the little smart Alec boy in Polar Express. He's going to be playing a character named George, and Joel plays one of the characters in the show. Where I can't give away too much of the plot, but it has to do with the comic book store. And so there's a lot of magic that goes on. We're going to be filming it. Was it Emerald City, Joel? We mentioned we worked that out.
Emerald City Comics, yeah.
We're going to be shooting. You still there?
Yeah, Emerald City Comics.
Hello. 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 Hello.
No, Emerald City Comics is the last thing you said.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Hello?
Oh, God. This is annoying.
Hello?
Just hold on. I'm going to try to switch the lines
right.
for a moment. Just hold on.
Hang on. If you can hear me, hang on. Oh, God. Hang on. I don't think you can hear me to begin with. I don't know if anybody hears me.
Yeah, they're hearing you live. I'm just trying to switch out chords
Good
because
thing we're not doing this next week.
Well, like I said, we're trying to get this thing going, man.
It's okay. It's okay. I know.
Nah, the guy hung up.
Yeah, of course.
I almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. At least try him back though, because I want to get Cathy on at 10, or 10ish.
Let's see.
You still got that number?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's call it now.
That's what it was exactly. The last thing you were saying is Emerald City Comics.
Hold on.
Okay, hang on.
Hold on. We're
having problems.
You still there?
Here.
Hello.
Ian, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Emerald City Comics is the last thing you said.
Right. With Emerald City, that's where we're going to be filming our second episode, and then we have another one called The Welder. Is yet another third episode, and we have a number of the works like A&E and FX and so forth that are interested in film and showing it. So we're in the process of putting that together, and I'm developing a lot of other types of projects. But so yeah, just a lot going on right now with Cap Studios, and I just got back from LA. We're developing another project for a live health and wellness show called Take a Risk and Make a Difference. That's with drug and alcoholism and people who dealt with it from beginning to end and with success on the backside. So they did a kind of a test market on themselves, and then the people that put it together called me. They knew I had connections with the people there, so they called me and asked me. They flew me out 2 weeks ago, met with them, and touched base with the host, Paige Chastain. They'll be hosting the show, and she's one of the clinical counselors that deals with drug and alcohol abuse, and then we'll be doing some PSAs out here and doing some work here and there as well. So we'll see what happens in the course next week, and we're finishing up Shattered. And we've got some other projects on the thing, and a lot of people are kind of working to, help with the work that I'm trying to set up here in Florida, and that's getting actors paid acting jobs. Which is, we're going to be doing I don't know if I told you about this, Joel, but we're going to be putting together a live class workshop feed. It'll be a virtual class that I'll be teaching. I have a number of students nationwide that I teach acting to on the Skype system, as well as my normal Tuesday night class that I have here in Tarpon Springs. And so there's been a great need for me to do a more global class, coast to coast. So the dates we have are tentative at this point, but we're putting together a promo and which will probably be airing it out tonight on Facebook and other through social medias of Twitter and LinkedIn and all the rest of it that Allison's putting together. And we've expanded our office. We have one of our COO, Cindy Valenti, has expanded our office up to the Carolinas. And then we've got my office in Tarpon and Allison's office here in St. Petersburg. So, and then also I have reps now that are holding us down in California, in Oregon, and Colorado, and Utah. So we're incorporating a lot of great work with some wonderful actors. The first episode of Shatter we shot a year and a half ago or so, and that we had Sean Stevens, who is the star of Days of Our Lives and Fame and a number of other shows. And I've known Sean for a long time. So he came out and played the puppet master and did a great job. We shot over 3 days, and it came out really nice. So we're looking to have that matched up with the other 2 episodes, of which our host, Mr. Joe Wynkoop, will be playing one of the characters. So we're really excited about that. And I've been going back into some of the things that have been happening. We'll be trying to teach people to be as versatile as possible. As you know, Joel, in this industry, you can't just be an actor. You have to be as versatile as possible. If you want to be a voice, you can do some voiceover work, writing, directing, doing all sorts of things. You know, like a movement voiceover work. You know, to do impressions, work on cartoon voices. You know, I did that in the past when I lived in LA, and that type of thing, just to kind of keep people on their mark. One of the key things that have been very successful for my classes that I've been teaching on a regular basis has been my development work with so many years of the 5-4-1 technique, which I'm not going to elaborate too much on tonight because I don't want to get that away. We're going to be teaching that within the classroom setting. But it has proven magical for all of my performers to fine-tune their characters really quickly and helps them to get the job, because what I help people is also the business side of show business, and so that they understand what it is to do the auditions. Because if you don't nail the auditions, you're not going to get the job. I mean, you could be a terrific actor. And Joel, you know what it's like. You've auditioned for me before when we've had commercials we worked for. And we had Danny Robut, who was a star of Lost, and Matlock, who actually directed Joel in a commercial a couple of years ago for the Home Improvement Stores. And I was the cast director for that. So you realize, based on what you do when you come in and what you bring, you've got to be able to, you know, hit your mark, do the things you're supposed to do. There's certain techniques, how you present yourself, so you can get the call back, and then a call back to be as versatile as possible, and not to nail the job. So those are key things that I'm working on. You know, it's a collective of everything that I've learned from my mentor, Sidney Pollack. I was mentored by him for a number of years, and also the acting mentor who was like my second dad was Gordon Jump, who played Arthur Carlson on WKRP. And and he passed away, I think 2013. So I'm just basically the messengers, a collective of all the people I've learned from, whether it be Sidney Pollack and Gordon Jump, and then we have, I'm having a brain fart, Stella Adler, Uta Hagen, Lee Strasberg, I took from, and also Sandy Meisner. So it's the collective of their thought process of what we're trying to do, and I'm meshing it all together. So it helps the actor do fast, quick, and to hit the mark whenever they need to do it. At the same time, in promoting wonderful performers and people in crew. So people like Mike Whitetrack, who I've worked with for the last 10 years since I've been here in Florida, has grown and expanding his techniques as a wonderful director of photography. So if anybody producers looking for a great director of photography, Mike Whitetrack is great. And he's on Facebook. I do a lot of my interaction on that. And then I came across a wonderful gal. She's 18 years old. Her name is Taylor Bretz, Bretz. She's out of St. Lucia, Florida. And she's incredible with her special effects makeup and accident victims, monster makeups, all that kind of stuff. Really avant-garde and supernatural type stuff. So if you guys are looking for a terrific makeup artist, Taylor Bretz would be your guest. Again, she's on Facebook. It's Taylor Bretz, Bretz. And she's also, her mom, Toby Apodaca, is probably going to eventually work for us as a script supervisor. Once we get rolling, we'll probably do more stuff on the weekends and then expand that beyond that, so that when we get full swing with some of the projects we're going to do, we'll be doing this full time. Right now, it's just kind of hit and miss with, like, as it is with most production companies. You throw as much against the mud as against the wall and see what sticks. So again, part of Cap Studios is really passing the baton and doing a lot of great exposure for people whose talents are, especially with the actors, and like with you, Joel, and the times we worked together on some of your projects like Hess and Truth to Dare #5. I hadn't acted in a couple of years and came back in, was just like riding the bike again when I was playing his bartender in one of the show where Joel had to cut his finger off. Remember that, Joel?
Oh yeah. Well, that was you. You totally took the show from me. That was fine. I kind of let you go. But those are all the questions I was going to ask you. So you actually did the entire show yourself. One thing I wanted to say was when we did get together through Doug and to do the Talkie Awards, we became really good friends then, and then we just kind of watched each other's work. And I can't remember if Truth or Dare 5. I remember you writing me and saying, "Have you got anything?" And I said, I can't remember. I think I said I had the bartender job open. And you're really one person that said, I really want to do this. And I'm a big fan of that. When someone says, hey, I want to be in this, then I'm usually like, cool, I'll put you in it. That's the first thing I'll do with somebody. But didn't, and then with Dan from Lost, and you said that about the home, what the home surplus? What was it?
Right.
Yeah, the home improvement source. Yeah. Because I auditioned for that, and I remember when we were shooting, it was in the blooper reel. I looked at Dan and who was I doing that with? Was it with who's playing my wife?
That was Wilhelmina Ford.
Wilhelmina, yeah, she does a lot of stuff. And I curled up my hand into a fist, and I looked at Dan, and I go, you want me to just punch her in the face? I got a good laugh. But Wilhelmina was a lot.
That was a very hot that day. It felt like we were in a hot box.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, and I'm kidding. We were just having fun. I was just trying to get a laugh out of him, and he laughed. But yeah, we did that. I think we went outside and we took some pictures. But didn't you and I, aside from the Talkie Awards, and then seeing each other at different events, and then I put you in Truth or Dare 5, didn't we do something else? Or no? Yeah. Okay. Something else before Truth or Dare 5.
We did Hess last year.
Yeah, I was gonna save Hess, but anything before Truth or Dare 5? Or was it just the talk?
No, I think it was just that one episode was part 5 of Truth or Dare.
Well, then we were talking back and forth a lot about doing stuff, but we never had a chance. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, time goes by so fast anyway, because I think we did Truth or Dare 5 was 2 years ago, and then we did Hess last year. And
then Hess.
Hopefully you shattered that episode on what you in this year. So, I mean, it's going to be that, some of the things that we're trying to work on is to really build up the film industry again. And I've been working, congruently with David Yates and just getting the word out, and tour Congress, congressionally with Gus Bilirakis and building up the Florida film industry as far as the film commissioners are concerned. And what can we do to get more filming back here? And Hallmark just now signed a 12-episode deal, 12 different stories. They've already done 3. One's already aired, and they've got 9 more to go. And they just all filming in Pinellas County.
Yeah,
so it's great. I mean, the work is there now, and we're trying to bring more. I mean, at one point, Joel, Florida was number 3 behind LA and New York, and then because of the tax incentive loss, we literally fell to the bottom at 50. And then we're slowly, creeping our way back up, but not making the tax incentive as the prominence of what it is we need to do in order to make film growth happen here in Florida. And to hear and Tony Arma is doing a terrific job as our film commissioner in St. Pete and covering all Pinellas County. He's the only film commissioner that of anywhere in the United States that has done the last 3 or 4 years consecutively to set up a booth at the Cannes Film Festival. And as a result, he's gotten work to come here to film. So he's got European filmmakers coming. He's got people doing collaborative efforts with people here in the United States and so forth. And knowing full well what Cap's doing, we really locked in some key people, like for casting. We're working with Mark Palladini, who's one of the top casting directors in Hollywood. He basically works with A-listers. So we're trying to mesh that people that are working hard and are just starting out. Some of the key factors we'll be doing in the web class in the next couple of weeks will be to let people know that they have the ability, that everyone's got that ability to, and whether they're beginning, intermediate, or advanced, or if they're young, from the age of 4 to 104, it's a collective class. Everyone can learn from it. So it's not like I'm going to isolate any one group to take my national course. And so it's extremely affordable, but it's not like as you know me, Joel, and the times we've been together. You've stayed in my class a couple of times, where I don't like a lot of it. God bless all the acting coaches in the United States, but a lot of times the common denominator they're not doing is that they train up the actors and they set them out and they go, oh, good luck, you're on your own. They don't teach them the business side of show business, and that's kind of a plus factor I feel I give to the general public of those that are interested in acting, is that they understand what it is to be non-union, union. How do you do your resume? How do you do your photographs? How do you work in an audition? How do you perform in an audition? Like I said before, you can be a terrific actor, but if you don't know how to nail an audition, how to slate your name, how to do things on camera. Nowadays, everything's fast food. If you can't slate your name, they're going to bypass you real quick. They don't even see your work. So you've got to be able to have a really lovely introduction to yourself and how you present yourself to the people that say, oh, okay, I'm going to give this person a try. Listen them up and see if they can get a call back. And then the techniques that teach people, actors, what to do, what you do in between your first call as opposed to a callback. And the big danger a lot of actors get is that, I always ask them, I said, well, what would you do if you got called back into say a commercial for Coca-Cola? What would you do? And they say, oh, first thing an actor is always going to say, oh, I want to improve it. I want to see what I didn't do right. I can do this next time, blah, 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 blah. Wrong. The key factor of success in this industry as a commercial, no matter if you're reenacting a scene or promoting a product or being a spokesperson, is you do exactly the same thing at the callback you did at the first audition, because that is what got you there in the first place. If you do something different or quote unquote try to improve yourself, the casting people, and myself included as a casting director, will look and say, well, my gosh, what are you doing now? I mean, this is not what brought you in the first place. So always repeat what you did the first audition that you going back to the callback. Then at callback, usually the directors will have someone there. The casting director will usually have like the writers or the ad agency people or the directors, whatever the case may be, and they'll change it up. They'll ask you to try a different voice and try your improv skills, try a different style, or say the line differently, or do something. They'll just throw stuff at you and see how well you take direction. That's where you use your skills to be versatile as a performer, is at callbacks. Only after you've done the original replay of the callback, and then they're going to say, okay, I want you to try it this way, try that way. And it's from that point, then they would determine, as they narrow down the field, of who gets what role. And I think that's the danger. A lot of actors do that. So I hope that's beneficial to your listening audience tonight, to those that are listening, because it's very key, I think. And like I said, I'm in this industry, as you know, I look across and I see Allison, and she's nodding her head up and down and giving me thumbs up. It's very true as far as her working as an executive at Cap Studios, and sometimes she's been able to sit in on different situations to where, as an observer, she's watched and kind of give me some feedback along with some of my other executives about how it is we treat our performers. And I treat everybody with a great amount of respect. Actors, I know I'm very nervous, as you know, Joel, as a performer, when you go into an audition, actors all of a sudden put this barrier up of the people that sit behind the table. And they don't need to, because the people on the other side of the table want you to get the job. They're there, they're pulling for it. They're going to go, man, I saw this guy, Joel Wynkoop, comes in and, oh, man, he's great. And that girl, Catherine, the one he brought in, oh, she's even better than he is. So, you just never know. And that's why you've got to, come in. There's no reason to be, people ask me, do you get nervous? I go, no, I don't. It's a lost art when people get nervous about things. The reason why people get nervous, and it's the bottom line, is that people start caring about what they think of their performance. You start caring about that. That's what's going to make you nervous. You're seeing it through their eyes arbitrarily, not knowing who these people are. If you can just douse yourself away from that. Case in point was I was auditioning for the Hasty Heart back in 1984 in Los Angeles, and I remember I told a friend of mine to come and audition, and she hadn't acted in a couple of years. And the minute she came out of that, she was ahead of me by about 50 actors. And she comes, her name was Sunny. She comes storming out of the audition, and she was stomping her feet. She was cussing up a storm, Russian, cussing Russian. And I thought, I'll never do that again. And I thought to myself, why is she beating herself up? You just do your best. You can do it. If they take it, they like you, great. That's fine too. If they don't, that's fine. You move on. next, you literally have to be in that next night, especially in Los Angeles. But, and I told myself at that point on, I said, I'm never going to allow myself to be nervous because that proved to me that by being nervous, it's just going to get the best of you. So if you put your mindset, you don't care about what the people think. Yes, you always do. I know as an actor, when I'm on set and I do my scene, I'll always check with the director and the cinematographer and say, did I give you what you wanted? And they'll go, yeah, we're good. I go, okay, just want to make sure. Because rehearsal is a very important process to the filming process, to rehearse your scenes, and especially when you're doing a feature film. Jack Nicholson, I saw him when they were working on The Witches of Eastwick, and he would always go with Michelle Pfeiffer, and this is when I was working at Universal, and Cher and Susan Sarandon. I was, hey, guys, want to rehearse? And Cher used, because she was like this one-hit Louie. She never really liked to rehearse much. And she used to get bugged by the fact that Jack Nicholson would knock on her trailer and say, oh, come on, we got to rehearse. She'd go, oh, I know my lines. And she would say, oh, no, but you don't know your characters. I want to make sure you understand the relationship of it all. And whereas Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer were all for it, where Cher was coming from a whole different scene of things. And she had done a couple of films, but she didn't get trained like Jack Nicholson did or Michelle Pfeiffer or Susan Sarandon, where they paid their dues on stage. A lot of them did. They couldn't stage before they filmed. And you can just tell the difference in the reflections about how people do things. So it's been an interesting ride with Cap Studios and my involvement here in Florida and meeting wonderful people like yourself and your wife and working with them off and on throughout the years and getting to know you. And I just want to do my best to kind of pay it forward, if you will. Like I said, I'm working. There'll be a release that Alice and I are going to do tonight on social media regarding my workshop class, which will be virtual and it'll be nationwide. And we'll have some ingredients of the things, and it'll be kind of a video slideshow of some of the work we've done, of which some of the imagery has you in it too, Joel, and you'll always with Catherine, so it'll be kind of fun. So so that's what's going on.
Well, yeah, tell us how people can get in touch with Ian, because we have to wrap this up. You
Sure.
covered so much, I didn't get it, and then I didn't want to upset you, and I didn't want you to come through this microphone and choke me or anything. But I had a bunch of questions for you, but I think you pretty much covered it all by yourself. So, but let everybody know where they can get in touch with you: Facebook, Cap Studios,
Sure.
so they can get in touch with you. Let us know that.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Well, I try not to have friends. I am on Facebook. I do most of my interaction on Facebook, but we do have our very extensive website through Cap Studios, and you can reach me through that. Whether you're an actor, whether you're a crewman, cameraman, I'm open to expanding people. People like Taylor Bretz, for example. I saw her talent. Really want to expand that on a national level. I've seen people in Los Angeles saw her work, and I can't believe she's 18. So, and she's really, really good. So I want to be able to interact with that. So people can reach me through Cap Studios TPA, that's acronym for Tampa. So www.capstudiostpa.com. And then the webpage will come up. If you're on regular computer, you can be able to see all the motion imagery that we have. And it's very comprehensive. It's very extensive on the classes, on the projects that we're doing, what we've done, where we're at, where we're going. And who we're aligning ourselves with. We're very fortunate. We now, as of January, are working on to finish out the Shattered series with Universal Studios. So we met with them on January, and we have to work on building up our budget. They've already committed to half the budget to us and also have access to utilize all their equipment and all their backlots and personnel and everything to help make it possible, which is great. So you can leave. There's a message area where anybody can leave a message. I also have an Ian Stevens Facebook, separate from my personal Facebook, that people can reach into, as well as Cap Studios. And then also the Hollywood Actors Workshop. That's my acting class, which is very successful. And a lot of people have been, doing a lot of Skype classes. I have students in Boston. I have a couple in New York, Chicago, Seattle, LA, and throughout Florida. So that's becoming very popular, which is the reason why I wanted to be able now. It's gotten to the point where people, they'll have the information that Alice and I will be putting together regarding this class, and if they have any specific questions of what we're going to be covering, well, that too will be very comprehensive for everyone to see. My email address, if people have to send me, I'd like to see demo reels of people's work. I'm always open for fresh talent and new scripts as well. We have the staff to review the scripts. There's Allison and Cindy Valenti, who's my COO, and Joe Tesson, my CFO, and some of my other producers, Sarah Baxley and Wade Cox and Deborah Powell. So and I'm not with some other staff members. I have county executives and so forth, but they're working on corporate accounts. But anyway, so they can send that to me there. My other website would then be Ian Caps Inc. That's IANCAPS Inc. INC at gmail.com. So if you have a demo reel you want me to see, and you only want a JPEG or PDF files, go ahead and send it that way. Otherwise, you can send it to me Facebook Messenger. So and that goes coast to coast. So we're not just a local production company. We are actually global. We're working hopefully this next year with the BBC, which will expand us out to the Bollywood group that showed a genuine interest in wanting to distribute our work, as well as the South America and Argentina, Brazil, and Chile. So we are really working global. So that'd be kind of cool, Joel, because you'll be seen all over the world now.
Well, I'm already seen all over the world. My movies are released all over the world. My voice is dubbed in a bunch of languages I don't even understand.
But see, now they're going to see that little funny little mole they never saw before.
Oh, yeah. No, they already see that. Well, all right, Ian Stevens, man, thanks for coming. Like I said, you kind of, I didn't get to ask you any questions, man. You were right on it, but you pretty much answered it because I wanted to ask you about Jeff, and you kind of covered that, and Christopher Lloyd, and you covered that. And so, man, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us and talking to the audience and telling everybody about you. And you did an awesome job in Hess. I keep telling you that all the time, that you did a great job. So thanks for coming on and being with us on the show, man. I love having you. I love talking to you.
Well, I'd love to do it again sometime soon. If you need me to come back and we can talk more shop and just keeping it fun. And again, be on the lookout, everyone, for the virtual class I'll be teaching nationwide. We're looking to probably have our first class on the 11th of August. And we'll be doing some pre-promo tonight, as well as an actual lock-in promo for the hour-long session, and also for the 18th and the 25th of August. There'll be 3 classes, different topics on each one. But because of the Skype is expanding and growing, is the reason why we're doing the virtual class. And again, just for me, just to pay it forward. So, Joel, thank you for the opportunity to let me to talk to your audience.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, as Walt Disney would say, keep moving forward.
There you go. And have a good night, sir. And my best to your cohort in crime there.
Okay. There you go, Allison. You're all set.
Allison, yes. Good night, Allison.
Good night. Thank you.
All right. Thank you both very, very much. And stay busy and keep doing stuff and shoot for the stars, right?
Will do. All right, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, you too. I hope you have a very nice night. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye now.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, that was Ian Stevens on the Joel Wynkoop Show. My next guest coming up is Cathy Wynkoop. We're going to take a brief break, but I do want to say a couple things about Tampa Bay Screams. That's Sean Donahue's horror convention. It's coming up here in Tampa on August 23rd, 24th, and 25th. He did that specifically so the 24th is my birthday. That horror show would be going on for my birthday. Yeah, right. Anyway, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's going to be at the Ramada Inn in Tampa. Also give a shout-out to my friend Richard Mogg with Analog Nightmares. If you haven't picked this up yet, pick it up. It's pretty cool. It's over 500 pages. It's got all these independent horror movies from 82 to 1995. I got a chapter in there. My partner Tim's got a chapter in there. My buddy Phil Herman's got a chapter in there. Bunch of guys that have been shooting video for years and years are all listed in this book, and a lot of horror movies. So, the independents. It's all about the independent filmmakers and such. So, if you can get a copy through Richard Mogg. He's got a website for it, Analog Nightmares. You can get a copy from me. Hit me up on Facebook. Of course, as with all my movies, my most recent stuff is the Joel Wynkoop Action Pack, which has Hess, which we talked to Ian, is in that. And also my wife Cathy's in Hess, and she's also in Battlesuit and Nakota. And then there's also Hammer, which is produced by Marcus Kempton, who I've worked with for years. I think I've worked on everything with him except for The Trap. I was in all the Plur movies, 4 or 5 that we've done. And then Battlesuit and Hess and Nakota. So, along with people like Warner Jock, who did Paint for Her, and I was in his short Paint for Her also. So, I want to give a shout out to some of those people out there. LD Blevins, Jules Ciaro, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Bob Glazier, and Pete I want to say hi to Pete and to who else? Steve Balowitz, and who else? Mike Knoll, and man, there's so many people. We'd be here till midnight listening to everybody. But everybody out there and I don't know, I haven't seen anything come up in the chat, so I don't know who's watching. So if you're out there watching, thank you so much. Next up is Cathy Wynkoop. We're going to take a short break and go straight to her. All right, we'll see you on the Joel Wynkoop Show.
I take that back. I take it back.
I know you can play that shit, but they ain't that fucking serious. But I'm saying I'm in fucking 4th grade and NBA Jam is you know what NBA Jam was a shit. You played in arcades. The shit.
You had it in the house,
Yeah,
it was constantly
I'm on fucking fire all goddamn day in this bitch.
Dude, we would skip school, man.
For Nicole's sake, she was in Like Animators, so she's done a lot of stuff too. And these are people like I like to to say something out to that they've worked really hard. They know their craft and they do a good job. And I like to be able to. Hey everybody, Joel Wynkoop Show. We're back. We just had Ian Stevens. He kind of conducted his own interview, but that is okay. I had a ton of questions to ask him, but I didn't get him out, and I didn't want to interrupt the man. He was like on a roll. So Ian, if you're still out there, I had a dozen questions to ask you, but you covered so much. I said, you know what? He did a pretty good job himself without me even asking hardly a question. So anyway, it was a good job. It was interesting. It was good to be able to hear you and tell us about things. But there were specific things I wanted to ask you. I just didn't want to interrupt because you were like on a roll. So, I think we got out quite a bit of information. There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to ask you. We just didn't get a chance, like I said. But it was a great interview. Good to hear from you. It was a good interview by you. It was very good. It was good to hear your history, man, though. But I wanted to ask you more, a lot more stuff we just didn't get to. Anyways, all right, we got our next guest coming up, Cathy Wynkoop. Yes, this is my wife. But a lot of times, and Cathy will tell you too, a lot of people think Cathy's, Joel Wynkoop's going to be here as a guest. Oh, yeah, and his wife, Cathy, too. But she is her own persona. She does a lot of movies. She's done like a little over 54 movies now, her IMDb credits. So we're going to have her on next. And, hey, baby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
A little bit. You're a little weak, but I think the bull's going to make you louder.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we got and something old is going on the screen here from last time, I think. I don't know when that's from. Oh, Friday Nights Live. Okay. Oh, that's advertising.
That was all the stuff you gave me, buddy.
That's I didn't give you that.
You gave me what I'm playing right now live.
This? Go to YouTube.
That's not a commercial, bud. That was the
in my
delay.
face?
That was the delay.
Oh, okay.
Delay.
But it was a black shirt. I don't know when we did.
I don't know. You're
close-up
trailing
on
off.
me.
You got squirreled. You have Cathy Wynkoop on the phone.
I'm like that.
And you got squirreled.
I'm like that. Well, she likes to know that because then she can tease me about that. Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. It was something from the past. Anyway, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And how did Busch Gardens and stage managing and Hall Scream stuff go tonight?
It was good. It was good.
Awesome. Any code purples?
Yes, actually, at the beginning of the night.
Now, to people that don't know, tell them what a code purple is as far as Hall Scream goes in Busch Gardens.
It just means that lightning is within 3 miles of the park and you have to take cover. So whatever building you're in, you have to hang out there for quite a while.
And if people don't like
Until
it, they got to get used to it.
That's right.
We've been through enough of them.
To keep you safe.
We've been through 16 years of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, hey, so tell us a little bit about, well, I know, but I got to do this for, the audience and such, because I know you pretty damn well. So how did you and I always start this with pretty much all my guests that I know. I always say, how did you and I meet? And I'd like to hear that from you.
Okay, well, actually sort of knew who you were whenever Rot came out, I guess, that movie.
Marcus Cook's Rot?
Yes, my best friend had 2 roles in it. He played a dead body and I believe an FBI agent.
Walter Maceda?
And yes, and then I saw this actor guy, Joel Wynkoop. He's in it as well. Well, when the movie came out, I was with Walter while he went and showed it to all of our friends several times in a week. So I sort of got burned out. But that was my first thing I ever saw you in. And then in '99, I was supposed to meet you in October, but there was a tropical storm or hurricane or something that was coming, so we had to cancel it, and it was rescheduled for December, and that's when I first met you.
That's when we were shooting. It's Fall of an Actor now, but at the time I don't think we even had a title for it. And I had been going over there a lot because I went over for Sal Rennell was doing some kind of show, and David Vogel was there playing a mafia boss. And I think I saw you when I came over there for that. And because I made like an appearance, I went up on stage and said I was the police. And I did such a good job at it, Sal had to tell me, he goes, okay, tell these people you're faking it now because now everybody's believing it because people were calling lawyers and stuff to find out and to get me to stop. So we finally had to say, hey, we're just putting on a show here. I'm really not the FBI because Sal was like going to handcuff him and walk him off the stage. But yeah, and then we were doing, I think, was that the same time Brain Robbers from Outer Space was going on? Yeah, because Rot was going on at the same time.
Right. Actually, the night that I met you, I did see The People from Table 12, which was a short that you did with
right.
Sal and David. And then you went on Damien's Tampa Bay Community Network show called Talk is Cheap. I think.
That's right. Talk is Cheap. Yep. Damien
And
Hewlett.
they were showing Rot, and I think you, Walter Maceda, Marcus Cook, Billy Scam, I think Raymond, which unfortunately I don't remember his name.
Raymond Couto.
Yeah, you guys were all on the show, and then you and Billy actually got into a huge fight.
Yeah, that was
during
great.
the show.
Yeah.
It started on a break, and then it went on into the show, and I was like, wow. So that was the first night that I met you. We hadn't started filming Fall of an Actor yet. That was in April of 2000.
Okay.
I started that.
Or what would become. Like I said, the night I was there for Sal. Yeah, the night I was there with Sal, his whole gig, we told him that night, we said we should all get together tomorrow over in Brandon and we'll just shoot something. And I remember he was like, well, is there a script? And I go, nah, script's in my head. Just show up and we'll start making something up. And that's where we shot what we called, I think People from Table 12, and then I changed it to Physical Confrontations. We shot it in one day. And then I think I edited it back in Fort Pierce, and you got to see it the next time I came over to Tampa, which when I was working, I guess, on Brain Robbers from Outer Space, and everybody came over to Garland's, and we showed it to you at the house. Now tell people what you thought when you saw the Creep poster, because I gave all my posters to Garland at one point, and he had them on his wall.
Well, yeah, I did see the Creep poster quite a bit when I was going to Garland's before I met you, and honestly, the first thing I thought of was, I wonder if Tim Ritter's related to John Ritter.
Yeah.
Because I like John Ritter. But yes, I thought that the guy in the photo was kind of crazy and a little scary looking. So little did I know.
I remember because Voyager was really it didn't. Voyager. When did Voyager start? Star Trek Voyager. What year?
I think that. Maybe in the 90s? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I just remember we talked about Voyager a lot. Or I talked about Voyager a lot, and you probably were like, this guy likes Voyager a lot. I think Bill Castanelli came with me. Because I was coming back and forth to Tampa for a while. Because we had Fall of an Actor, we had the Rot commentary, we had Brain Robbers from Outer Space, I had that gig with Sal. And, and then I think...
1995 was Voyager.
1995 Voyager came out?
Star Trek Voyager, 1995.
Very quick on the old keyboard there, Mr. Bull.
Hey, I'm doing a lot of stuff back here.
You are, indeed. Yeah, so it had already been running for a while. Oh, there's a picture of you at the Supernatural car. Awesome. Yeah, so, okay, well, yeah, now that we kind of did our history, tell us a little bit how about, like, because tell us now, you also had gone to the blah blah school or the blah blah school in New York or something. Tell us about that. So, because you'd actually been out there for acting before you met me.
No, I actually didn't. I auditioned for them and was turned down.
Oh, same thing.
They told me. Yeah, I did audition
Screw
for
them.
the American Academy of Arts and Sciences business school, and in New York. And actually, she said that I did a very good job, but she asked how old I was and had I had any formal training, which at that time I had not. And she said to maybe go to college, take some acting classes, and then contact them later. So that didn't happen, but that is what I was told.
But it's still pretty cool that you went through the whole procedure of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing, and I tell people that, the only thing I had in high school was Mr. Martin's drama class, and just from watching, movies to pick up on anything that wanted me to be an actor was just from watching other actors and having drama in Mr. Martin's class, and then being in talent shows in high school. So it's not like I went away to some New York City acting place or something like that. It was just basically school of hard knocks. Well, tell us a little bit about now your career in. Look at that! I yawned. I was yawning a while ago.
Were you yawning?
I apologize to anybody that saw me yawn. I was like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
Maybe I was yelling. I could have been yelling at you. Maybe I was like, what now? Maybe it was something like that. Like, what?
We'll have to check tape.
How
to
are
see
you
if
doing?
You're yawning.
Yeah, I'll check later.
If you're boring, the great
If I did, I apologize.
Cathy Wynkoop.
I'm tired and I'm hungry. I'm sure you heard the whole Burger King fiasco.
Yes, I heard the entire.
Anyway,
story.
well,
I want my cheeseburger now.
Yeah, and I want it, and I want it now. Hey, everybody, we're live now, so if anybody wants to chat in, they can also do that. So yeah, tell us. I guess what would be next for you? Like, I'll hint, but 12 Twisted Illusions 2, maybe.
The what?
Twisted Illusions 2?
Oh, the next thing I did. Well, actually, the first thing that we did was follow an actor, but I wanted to mention the very first day that we shot that, we were doing a scene where you were supposed to meet your lawyer and your agent and a new actor at, I don't know, I think it was a Denny's or something, which was Walter Maceda, Gus Perez, and Mark Nash.
Oh, Village Inn.
And Garland said, "Oh, why don't we Cathy play your girlfriend? She can walk you up to the door, so on." "Oh, yeah, you want to do that?" "Sure, no problem." And he's like, "Well, why don't you give her a kiss?" So our actual very first kiss is a screen kiss, and it is in Fall of an Actor and The Fall of an Actor. So
Yeah, that's
not too many
right.
People can say that.
Yeah, in both versions, in Fall of an Actor and The Fall of an Actor. I do remember that, because I remember, I think I knew you or just kind of met you previously, and you happened to be there because everybody met. I think everybody met at Village Inn. Like you said, Gus was there, and of course Garland, and Mark Nash.
Walter and Mark.
Yeah, and Walter. Was that it?
And Mark, and I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I remember that now. Garland saying that, well, she could play your girlfriend, and, I think it'd be good if she, maybe she kisses you, like, before you're leaving, and you're like, well, okay, and then we did, and that was the first kiss, and it was, in a movie. First actual kiss and first kiss in the movie, so that was kind of neat. Yeah, and that was still, was that, let's see. Yeah, that was, because I know people from Table 12 was kind of the same. That's right. That was, oh gosh, I forget. That was the one with me and Sal, and oh gosh, I can't remember her name, but Garland shot it. But we shot it at the same place at the Village Inn, and they welcomed us with open arms. So yeah, so we kind of had the same opening for Fall of an Actor when I come through the door and I go over to the table and argue with Gus and Mark, which is a funny scene because I'm like, hey, what's going on, Walter? And Gus is sitting there going, or not Gus, but Mark is like, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Wynkoop. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, kid. So I know you enjoyed doing that. That was a fun time.
Right.
So, just right? That's all? Right. Right.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then, okay, what do we go into next? Because then we had Fall of an Actor, but it took almost 10 years. Or it was 10 years of sitting there, I think, and that's when I shot all the docu stuff and put it all together. And so it was released. When was Fall of an Actor released? Like,
I don't remember. It took forever to come out.
I know it did. Well, it wasn't 2009 because that was a show and stuff. So Fall of an Actor was probably, I don't know, I don't know. That's weird. I can't remember. 2009.
2009.
2009 Fall of an Actor?
2009 Fall of an Actor.
See, the Bull's quick, man. He's quick.
It's called IMDb.
Quick on the IMDb. All right, so then what did you do next, Cathy?
After that, we did Twisted Illusions 2. It's what it's in, and it's The Part. And then we also did Time for Dessert, which is in, I can't remember, it's been in like a couple of different movies. But we did those in 2002. And I can't remember everything in order as I did them.
That's all right. I never do
either. IMDb and see all of the movies I've done.
Yeah, go to whoever's listening. If you want to check out Cathy, if you want to check out Cathy, it'll cost you money. No, go to Internet Movie Go to Internet Movie Database, IMDb, and if you put in there, what is it under? Is it under? It's not under Cathy Holmes. No, it's under
M. Catherine Wynkoop.
Yeah, and you can see her her movies. Now, how many movies have you done now?
There's 51 on my IMDb. I've actually done probably about 4 or 5. I think I've done like 4 this year, actually, alone. So, they don't all go up there right away, but.
And you probably got more out there that haven't been put up, because I know I've done more than my IMDb says that aren't up there. So.
Yeah, I just want to actually say something to, I don't know, whoever's listening, all 4 people or 5 people. A lot of people just think that I'm, Joel's wife, which is great, and I like being, Mrs. Wynkoop, don't get me wrong. But when we go to events, they're like, oh, that's just Joel's wife, and I think they don't realize that I actually act and know how to act and that I've done several movies. So I am an actress. I am somewhat decent, obviously, if I've done a few movies there. So I kind of wish people would remember that. Because I think I was at an event and I told someone, oh, there's 20 movies over there that I'm in. Oh, you've done 20 movies? I'm like, well, I've done 50. There's just 20 that happen to be here.
Well,
I didn't know.
Well, that's what's important. That's what I've always said about like events. Like we went to, correct me now, Film Review Tampa, because somebody bought up all the websites and all the lines. So they went with Film Review Tampa. But like that's what's important about networking. Like we met the film commissioner last night, Tyler. That was awesome to meet him. So that's why the more things you go to, and now you're doing a lot where you're attracting the other filmmakers. But before we get there, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's go back. We finished up Twisted Illusions 2. We shot that for Tim. We sent that to Tim Ritter. He edited it because I wasn't editing then. So Tim put it all together and then got it to Sub Rosa Studios, which is Ron Bonk in New Jersey, and he released Twisted Illusions 2. Then we found ourselves together going into, 2002, looking at doing another movie, and I think I'm just trying to help you remember, so I'm giving you the opportunity to say it, because this is about you, not about me, but I think I know which the next one is. But I want you to say.
What, the bite?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was it. Because I remember Tim Ritter told me, he said, hey, man, you got to stop doing all these shorts and do a movie. People are going to be like, man, this guy don't know how to make movies anymore. And that's the reason we did the bite. I mean, if you remember, I want you to be the one talking here. So if you can remember everything behind the operation of the bite. Now, did the bite come before Killer Arnold?
Yes, it definitely came before Killer Arnold, because The Bite, I want to say, came out in about 2004. The only reason I remember that versus Killer Arnold is because I thought you would propose to me during The Bite, because you actually proposed to my character, but you didn't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And then Killer Arnold, we actually shot a week before our wedding, which really was frustrating because here I am trying to get ready for the wedding, and what's my husband do? Oh, let's shoot a movie. So
I was doing the old David the Rock Nelson. Yeah, I was home by myself shooting a movie.
Yeah, actually during the wedding shower, a friend of mine, because we were in our apartment complex, and she's like, "Oh, I need to use the restroom," and I was like, "Well, you can go to the apartment." And she walks in, and there she sees Joel with a camera and like running back and forth with different masks on, back and forth. Yeah, that's just Joel on a normal Saturday.
That was funny because when was that Stacy?
Yeah, Stacy. Yeah.
And she walked in, and I'm standing there. I got a camera in one hand, and I'm wearing a monster mask, and I got a monster mask in my other hand, and she's like looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Oh, the bathroom's over there. I have to keep shooting this scene." Because I did that whole section with all the monsters coming into the house. I did all their scenes coming out of the shower and coming out of the bedrooms and the closets and the back porch.
Yeah, I want people to know that Joel Wynkoop is very scary when he's alone by himself with a camera. Because when we were doing The Bite, we're all on a break. I think we were like on a dinner break or a lunch break. And I'm looking around. I'm like, where's Joel? And I walk out, and there he is out on the dock, holding the camera in one hand and holding a severed head in the other hand, going, "Help me! Help me!" The head. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't know.
So you give Joel Wynkoop a camera, and there you go.
I don't know. We must have all been on a break because for some reason I was out there on that big slab.
Yeah,
that
it was like a dinner break or a lunch break, and instead of you enjoying lunch or dinner, you're out there with the camera and the severed head.
That scene's in the that is in the Bite too, in the bloopers. Hey, I gotta say, Don Eugene Lattimore, I don't know if he's gone already, but he jumped on there for a minute and said, "Hey." So I don't know if he only popped on for a minute and he's gone. Don, if you're still there, chat back again. But thank you for saying hello and thank you for coming on and peeking at the show for a minute. So, all right, that was my 2 cents about Don Eugene. I always like to, if I see somebody come up, I like to notice that they are there and let them know that we appreciate it.
Well, can I talk about some of the stuff that I've done this year? Because you're trying to have me remember stuff from the past, and I can't remember all that.
Well, I can help you. I just want to take it away from you. I know we did The Bite.
No, I could pull up my IMDb, but it's on my phone that I'm actually talking to you on, so I can't really do that.
Bull will pull up your IMDb.
But you'll have to tell me what's on it.
I do.
I know we did a lot of,
Twisted
Ryan
Illusions
Cavallini,
too.
we did a lot of things for him.
For Ryan
little
Cavallini
things here and there.
And Phil Herman.
And so, worked a lot with Phil. I've never actually met him. I don't think you have either.
Me either, but we got we got a good friendship for just going back and forth on the phone. I met him through when Independent Video came out. I saw his movie was in there, and they had a big interview with me on Lost Faith, and I just picked up the phone and called the old 411 and tracked him down and called him and started our friendship right there. That was back like in probably closer to 92. Lost Faith is in 89, and then to get the movie out and it come out in a magazine, it's probably 92. So yeah, so then and yes, I'm going to get to because I want to hear about all the new stuff. But we did Like Animator with Dustin Hubbard and Seb Godin. And
yes, that was 2 years ago.
What was the lesbian one for the guys? Two dorks with the camera or something like that.
Oh, did we lose her?
I don't know. It went beep beep beep, and this thing went.
I think I lost her.
Yeah.
See if we can get her back.
Okay. And this screen went out too. I don't know if it's
probably because the battery died.
Oh, okay.
Do you need it?
Oh yeah, just to see the stuff. But if it don't work. We're still live.
Yeah, we're still live.
We're still live.
Hi, this is Cathy.
Oh, listen to this.
This is my voicemail.
You want to leave a
Talk to
voicemail?
me.
Yeah.
You know you want to. Only $2.99 a minute.
What's
At
your
the tone,
voicemail?
please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1
Pretty
for
sexy.
more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Yeah, this is Jocko. I love your voicemail. I ain't got no $2.99 for $2.99 a minute, so I'd really appreciate it if you didn't bill me for this. I gotta try and call you back right now, though. Bye. So anyway, yeah, some stuff happened. My tablet died. So I don't know if anybody's clicking in on us, but that might have been the weather. It's raining out.
Could have been.
Maybe there's like lightning and stuff and thunder.
Hello.
Everybody's heard it now.
Making fun of my voicemail.
No. I said it was sexy, but the guy calling from the gas station, he didn't have $2.99, but he was seeing if he could get a discount.
What now?
He was seeing if he could get a discount from the
Yeah,
from the $2.99.
no. No, not at all.
Anyways, as you were saying before, I don't know if the weather knocked it out because is it raining there? It's raining here.
It's not raining here.
Oh, okay. It's raining here. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you've done a lot of stuff up until now, and the feature stuff that you're working on now. But oh yeah, that's what it was. Two guys with a camcorder, or I forget what their names were. But you did that for them.
I think you're talking about Raising the Stakes.
Yeah, Raising the Stakes. Idiots with the Camera.
Yeah,
That's
IWC Films.
Yeah.
Idiots with Cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was great. You did that for them. And they had that little Raising the Stakes was their vampire movie, which is really funny. And then you did the voice for, what was that called?
Well, I finally pulled up my IMDb.
Okay.
The first thing on here was the commentary that we did for Dirty Cop No Donut, which
that
was
was
actually
great.
pretty funny.
Yeah, see, that's cool. We can talk about that.
You
That
did it
was
in
fun.
character as Gus Kimball, and I was your psychiatrist, and Gustavo Perez was like a security guard.
Yeah.
On that. I don't really remember Tales for the Midnight Hour, but I played somebody named Alice. Not sure I remember that. Then there was Evil Tales 3,
Yep,
where I was a female
Cavallini.
detective. Yeah, I remember that. And, of course, Before I Die. Before I Die is where we had Time for Dessert, which we had done in 2002, actually.
That's right.
And then Twisted Illusions 2 is where the part was put in that we did back in 2002. Then Raising the Stakes, I did the voiceover for those guys. Then we did The Bite. Then I had a lot of just short little parts in movies, like in Death Plots, I was a voiceover.
Oh, that's right. You're the girl's mom in Jason LaCourte's Death Plots.
Light of Blood, I was a CIA agent. Always Midnight, I was in that segment as Debbie. Day of the Axe, I was an interviewer. I think is that Ryan Cavallini as well, Day of the Axe?
Which Day of the Axe is Ryan Cavallini, which has just been re-released with Sleazebox, but you'll get to that because that's our future thing we'll talk about.
Right. All Wrapped Up by Jason LaCourte. I think that was actually, what I remember about that one was the first time that someone said, you and I should not be in a scene together. Yeah. And we're like, why? And he says, well, because nobody can hear you, but Joel blows out the mic. And I'm like, simple. You just mic me and don't mic Wynkoop.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then I think Dead Body Man Chronicles and Aspiring Psychopath, aren't those both Ryan Cavallini?
Both Ryan Cavallini, yep.
Yeah, I had parts in those. 2007, we did Survivors of Remick, or 2008.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's for
that was Not of This World.
Yeah, for John
somebody.
Yeah, I can't remember his last name. But yeah, Survivors of Remick, and that was something. I think John I can't remember how did I get that?
I think somehow you and him
John
hooked
Martin.
up because it was I think it was his story.
It was his story. It was in a comic book.
Yeah.
Because he released his own comic book, and which were all called what was it called again? Not
of This World.
Not of This World. And he already had the comic book and a magazine, and I can't remember how we hooked up, but he reached out to me and he wanted me to shoot Survivors of Remick. So I wrote a script from his comic book. Because I remember I wanted to add some Star Trek stuff, and he's like, "No Star Trek," and I go, "I gotta have a guy who's got to be armed with a gun." But anyway, go on. That was fun because we shot that at the Cuban Club.
Then we did Shelter, which I think was also Jason LaCourte.
Yep.
And then Fall of an Actor finally came out, and there's Fall of an Actor and The Fall of an Actor. One's a documentary, one's an actual movie. Killer Arnold, which was the short that we did right before we got married. Joel D. Wynkoop's Andrea's Revenge, which is also a short. I'm not sure what that's on, though.
That was for Andrea Dean Van Scoy, and that is in Always Midnight.
Always Midnight, okay. Yeah.
And you were in there as a funeral guest. You come up and do dialogue with her body.
Andrea fan number 1, so I guess I was her number 1 fan.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And then, well, you had a TV show of the Joel Wynkoop show, so I got interviewed on that back in 2010.
Oh, that's right.
Then we did Burning Frame for Heather
St. Noel. Heather St. Noel?
Yes,
Yeah.
Heather St. Noel. Then I actually did for Christ's sake and for Nicole's sake for Dustin Hubbard. I think that was the first time that I met Dustin that I can recall.
And that was for what?
And for Christ's sake and for Nicole's sake.
Oh, you went down there with me because I can't even remember my character's name, but when I was in For Christ's Sake, you went down with... Well, I guess so.
Well, I had a part in it. I was Eliza Grace.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was the part I played in For Christ's Sake, and I was the same character in For Nicole's Sake, which is a short that sort of centers on my character.
Yeah, Dustin, we got to get that out, buddy. But I think you said that Dustin said he met up with somebody that's got that kind of equipment, because I think it was a shot on mini DVs and stuff, and a lot of people don't have that anymore.
Yeah, he's got to get someone that can convert it. Then in 2011, we did Mondo Sacco for Chris Woods, which that sort of led into Taste Me, which is
I think it was
came out last year.
I think it was John Miller. Was Mondo Sacco.
Mondo Sacco. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
because it was Sacco. But Chris and John shot it together, but it was John's story.
Well, it's the character that I play in Taste Me.
Yeah.
Character. And then I was in Ken Anthony's Rival Instinct, which I think he did for the Action Film Challenge.
That's right.
Had a small part in that. Then I had a small part in Deadly Dares, Truth or Dare Part 4.
Yep. You actually did some directing in that, too. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I did, actually. I'm not very good at directing. I really don't like directing that much, so stick to acting. And then we did, from 2011 to 2012, Joel D. Wynkoop's The Other Side, which was a TV series. Did 10 episodes. And I played Captain Aurora. So
that all aired on television. People could tune in and watch that on Sunday and Monday nights. They could watch it from the comfort of their home on their television screen at 9 o'clock at night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And we played the bloopers at the end of each episode and a little behind the scenes and stuff. That was great.
That was the best. Then we did, again, maybe for John Miller and Chris Woods for Make Them Die Sleazy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, that was both of them, I think.
Right,
Chris
and then I did John Miller's Tainted Love, which is in the Wynkoop's Tales, although I think we may have changed the name of it.
Did we mention what?
John Miller's Tainted Love, but I think we changed the name of it. It's in Wynkoop Tales.
Yeah, in Wynkoop Tales it's Tainted Love, but it started out as Love Sucks, I think I called it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I did Scumbags, which I think is also John Miller.
That's John Miller, yep.
Mm-hmm. Then we did
what did you do? What did you? You're not telling us what you did in some of them. What did you do in Scumbags?
Well, they're kind of small parts. Like in Tainted Love, there's only 3 people in the scene in the movie. It's me, you, and Ken Anthony. So obviously, I'm, Judy, I think is my character's name. Scumbags, I just played the mom. So it was like a couple of scenes with Crystal Pixie Adams. Yeah, I was her mom.
Played her mom, and I played the dad.
Yeah, she still calls me mom to this day.
Yeah. But and all these two that you're missing out on because in Scumbags is kind of whatever for both of us. But what was the one before that we said?
Tainted Love.
You did a great job in that because we had to go from being the happy newlyweds, so you're all happy and we're like schmoopy from Seinfeld, and then it slowly deteriorates until you and I'm calling you a bitch and you're calling me a dork and a dick. And but you had to show all that range of emotions, and even though you didn't know it, you're showing me what kind of acting you can do by doing these things. So that's kind of it's important you're able to show that, and you can do that. So go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then we did Diary of Blood, where I played Lena, and I'm pretty much in every scene in that, and that was a lot of fun. It's also in the Wynkoop Tales, and that was a cool shoot. I think we got pretty much everybody's scenes done except for mine and yours on the first day.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to keep going back and finishing ours, but we made it through. Then we did Slasher Weekend.
Well, Diary of Blood, tell us who we had on that.
Well, we had Red Johnston. It was his first acting part, and he actually did really, really good.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a very good job. We had Michael DePolias as, I don't remember his name. He was a
private investigator, right?
Private investigator. Yeah, I don't quite remember the name.
I can't remember the name either.
Ashley Lynn Caputo was my friend in it. Bob Glazier is a pervert in it.
Yeah, that scene's great when it backs up on Ashley. You think it's a close-up on Ashley talking to you, and she's like, everything could be fine. And then it blasts back to a wide shot, and she's standing there naked with the whipping Bob.
Right.
Yeah, and Wynkoop Tales. There it is.
And then we had James Knowlton. He actually plays your character from The Bite, which Nick Hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James went all out for that, too, because I told him, I said, you're going to be playing my character from one of my movies, The Bite, in 2006. And he shaved his head and showed up in a mohawk, which I thought was awesome, and this black rock and roll shirt and a big black jacket. And yeah, that was cool. And then we did the big fight scene there and everything. That was great. Yeah, and you were the main star. It all wrapped around you, and that's Joe Sherlock. Actually, Joe Sherlock, he wrote that. All I did was it was a little shorter, kind of like when Phil Herman sent me The Bite. It was only 3 pages long. I turned it into a 90-page script because I said this is too cool to be a short. And then I shot Killer Arnold for Phil for Always Midnight, so he'd have that. But then when we had Joe Sherlock's Diary of Blood, it was a lot shorter. I think it was only a couple pages, and I made it, I don't know, into 20 pages, maybe 25 pages. And I added stuff like I had Mikey Pelaez keep making those references to television shows. And, of course, we put Ashley in there, naked whipping Bob Glazier. And then, but you were the focus. You were the whole focal point of the whole movie. So you carried the entire movie. Everybody else was just around you.
Thank you.
So you did a good job on that, too.
And then we finished Slasher Weekend. We had started filming it several years prior and never actually finished it. And then we realized, well, we have most of the movie except, for any, killings.
The slasher parts.
So let's add those in. Let's add the slashing into it. So Slasher Weekend, we finished that. That also has Ashley, Lynn Caputo, Ken Anthony, Kelly Helen Thompson, James Knowlton, Walter Maceda, Andrew Vingo, you, me. I hope I'm not forgetting too many other people.
Gus Perez.
Oh, yeah, Gus Perez.
He's
in that.
Killer. Oh, Dave Vogel.
Oh, yeah. Dave Vogel.
Dave Vogel played your dad.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Those scenes are funny, too, because when he's supposed to be comforting me and hugging you, I said, David, you're not just like a dad. You're like a perverted dad, so I'm going to need you to drop your hand down and grab Cathy's butt in the middle of the hug. And you're like, Daddy! And he goes, oh, I forgot you're my daughter.
And then Chaos AD, I actually play, I'm a voiceover on that, a voice on the radio.
And what a voiceover. What you say.
Yeah, when I first read it, I was just reading it to myself when I got the lines because I'm like, okay, let's get this going. And I busted out laughing after what I said because I'm like, yeah, right, that's going to happen. And then, oh my gosh, it happened. Because this was before it actually happened, mind you.
This is when Obama was in office. Yep.
Something, President Trump. And I'm like, yeah, right. And then, oh my gosh, then it happened. And
it's
like, oh,
and
Lord.
we all blame Chris Woods for that.
Yes, it's all Chris Woods' fault.
Donald Trump became our president because Chris Woods wrote it into a script and put President Trump says that such and such, and everybody was like, yeah, like that's gonna he's gonna become. He goes, yeah, I just wrote it as a joke, and then it happened.
So it's all Chris Woods' fault, just so you know. Then we did Psychos Are Us, which is also in Wynkoop Tales. That has Anthony Wayne, Ashley Caputo, Kelly Helen Thompson, myself, and you. And that
Wayne.
was done.
And Bull was our cameraman.
Yeah, Anthony Wayne was the person I said.
Oh, okay.
And
I
yes,
apologize.
Bull was the cameraman.
Yep.
That was done just like literally in a night. Anthony had just got back from Puerto Rico. He'd been gone a couple of years.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
right.
What are we shooting? You know, that was the first thing he said. He's got in the van. He's like, hey, what are we shooting? We're like, well, let's get a place.
Yeah.
And it's probably about a week actually later, but we went up there and shot it. It was very scary because the hotel was very frightening.
Bull, do you remember that hotel?
I remember that very well, actually.
Some of the sounds that you hear when you watch that, you might think, oh, wow, they put all this background noise. Yeah, no, that was real.
The gunshots,
and it was scary.
the knife stabbings, the women screaming, that was all real. The guys going, give me your effing money or I'll kill
that
you.
Was not
real.
scripted. That was all real life stuff to where I was telling Joel, if something happens to me, God forsake, just keep filming. Grab the camera and just keep on filming because at least it'll be documented.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we shot, looks here, the Paranormal Club, which is actually supposed to be for Rutledge Productions, the Black Book, but it did not quite make it into that. So it's been re-released on its own with a lot of extras. There's a director's cut and I think just a regular cut, 2 DVD set, and the Paranormal Club has quite a few people. It has Evan Lewis. It was his first thing, and he actually did a very, very good job.
Evan, if you're out there, I don't know if you're listening, but you're great.
You're awesome.
I remember we dragged him out there to our secret location where we shot a couple of places, and people have asked me too. They go, "Where's that at?" And I go, "Ha, that's for me to know and you not to ever know."
Exactly.
But Evan did a great job. It was hot out there, and he did an awesome job.
No, it wasn't. It was freezing. It was
cold. Oh, Dead End was hot. Same location.
Actually, we shot it in 2 days, and the first day was actually we were inside, but it was super, super cold. And in the room that we were in at Emerald City Comics was very, very cold. If you see any of the behind the scenes, you'll see that sometimes they have our jackets on because it was so cold.
That's right. Everybody had jackets. That's in one of these pictures coming up. I think there's although I had a hell of a time getting these to Bull. The WeTransfer wasn't working, and I had to do it twice. So I was up very late sending your pictures.
But the Paranormal Club has quite a few people in it. It has Rick Danford, Bob Elstrom, Bob Glazier, Austin Janowski, Linda Van. Help me with her name, baby.
Linda Van Fleet.
Linda Gammett.
Yeah.
Celia Isla, I think.
Yes, Celia Isla. Austin Janowski.
Yeah. And then me and Evan and you and Bull actually did the camera work on that and some effects on that as well.
He also did a lot of lighting for it.
Yeah, I did a lot of effects.
Huh?
A lot of effects on that. He did a lot of effects in that movie. Certain effects that affected me in the end.
A lot of sex?
Special effects.
Oh, special
I thought
effects.
he said sex.
I thought he said sex. We were like, wow, let's hear it.
No.
I thought you and Bull ran off together somewhere.
Like makeup that he kept putting on someone constantly and making it gruesome, knowing that I have to deal with it later in the movie.
You kept putting blood all over Evan.
Yeah.
She had to kiss Evan, and you're like, just
that was
taking
actually
the blood
kind of
on.
funny though. Every time he'd
I
look,
didn't think it was funny at all.
every time he'd look, I'd squirt a little bit more blood on him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, it's dry now. But, wait, you're getting ready to see? Let's put more on him.
It's got to look fresh. Come on.
So every take, you had to make sure that the blood is off me. And as a matter of fact, if you watch the movie, you will see that there is blood on my lip still. Yeah, I remember that very well.
I just remember Jason was also there. Jason Fink is my cameraman. I think Bull was just tied up with special effects, and were you just?
He was running around with a camera a lot with you.
Jason was.
I filmed a little bit on the Mevo, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but he was doing a lot of that for you.
Bull had the mask on, and I explained, of course, to you, Cathy, how we're gonna.
Oh, that's Dead End.
Oh, that's Dead End. What did I say?
I was still talking about paranormal.
Oh, that's
but
right.
We can talk about
no,
Dead End.
you're correct. I jumped ahead there. No, you keep talking about paranormal. That's right.
No, but we can talk about Dead End because that's next.
Okay.
That to me that was for the Action Film Challenge in 2017, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I got to do a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting with quotes, mind you. And I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. And all my co-actors made me look really, really good. Because they looked like they were getting hit and they'd fall down. And they just made me look good. But yes, Bull is in that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey, you enjoyed it.
Now that was something. I gave the part because Johan Tetrault had called me and said, I really want to do. I go, Johan, I'll give you this part. I'll have you be Dr. Corruption. And I had him set up to come, but he wanted to come a little like 3 in the morning. And I go, no, please don't come at 3. Come at 8. The place I'm using is a secret location. I can't have you hanging out there at 3. And I think he was planning on coming, and he would have been great doing it. I think he would have been awesome. And I think at the last minute, I'm pretty sure he called me, and he was just really sick and couldn't make it. So, and I think we found out that morning, or I don't know if he called me the night, but it might have been that, or maybe I didn't even know. All I know is we were ready to shoot that scene, and I go, Johan's not here. I think he told me. I think he came down sick or something. But Bull stepped in. And he goes, I don't want to. And he said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do any acting. I said, you fucking put that mask on and do it for Joel Wynkoop now. And he's like, okay, I will.
I don't think it was that quick. I think you sort of, do it now or we're gonna whatever. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not good for camera. I'm good for special effects
But we are being funny. Doing
yeah. But the scene actually went well because kind of fooled you.
Well, when the scene came up with, first of all, when I was going like, I will destroy you. I am Dr. Corruption. And then Bull just says, well, just use the voiceover. I'll just shake my head and my hand. And that's what we did. So it's my voice in there. But the scariest thing was when Jason was shooting it, we said, Bull's going to land down on the ground. And then Cathy, you're going to start the swing of the knife downwards. And so Jason and I have a clear close-up of the side of Bull's face with the Dr. Corruption's mask on. And all of a sudden, you just came down with that. How big was that knife, you think?
It was probably about 12 inches.
Like a
it's like a survival knife.
Crocodile Dundee knife.
It's a survial knife.
That's not a knife.
It's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and planted that right next to his head into the ground. And I think Jason said, oh, my God. Or
I think you were still in shock.
Expletive.
Like your jaw was still open.
Oh, my God, what are you doing? Because you just missed his face, and then you were like, no.
Well, Cathy and I rehearsed this.
Bull and I worked it out.
We knew what we were doing.
We were doing it. I was like, listen, this is what you do. You take the camera, you get a 2-shot, right?
Yeah.
A medium close-up, right?
Yeah.
So, therefore, you just see like half the mask, right? But the shot is concentrated on the knife. So, when the knife comes down, right, it looks like it's perspective.
Yeah.
Right? So, it looks like it's coming through.
Yeah.
So, the next shot will be from behind.
Right.
So, when Cathy comes down, you just shoot the blood.
Yeah.
Over the camera.
But you guys may have went over it, but Jason and I didn't know it was coming. So, scared the hell out of us. So
let me ask you a question.
God, don't ever do that again.
Who was the director of the film?
Well, I was.
Okay, so you should have known about it, right?
But it was only Cathy was supposed to pull her arm back with the knife swing, start the swing, but stop. But she continued through because you corrupted her.
I didn't corrupt her.
You're Dr. Corruption. You were Dr. Corruption.
You needed a scene, so I gave you a scene.
Yeah, we got a scene all right.
You got a scene with Cathy driving a knife through my head.
Yes, it looks pretty damn good, too.
I told you it worked.
Anyways.
Hi.
Yeah, who's this show about? Sorry.
Be interviewed. Just saying. Hi. I'm still here. Yeah,
oh, wait. Cathy Wynkoop, you're still on the phone?
Yeah, you're still there? Me and Bull thought we had a private conversation. He could be like Ian. You're going to be like, hey, tell that guy to stop talking. I'm talking now. Sorry, Ian.
People might be getting bored, and I don't want them to get bored, and I have a lot more to talk about. So
okay.
Let's get going then.
Let's get going. Let's get going, woman.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention is we actually did, it was basically a week, like from like one Saturday to a Sunday. On Saturday, we shot scenes for Battlesuit, which was actually also for the Action Film Challenge of that same year. We did Battlesuit. Well, I did my scenes on Saturday, but you shot Friday, Saturday, Sunday on Battlesuit. Then on Thursday, we went and shot my scenes for, like, Animator. And then that next Saturday and Sunday is when we shot Dead End. So that was, like, a very busy July.
Oh, that's right.
In
That's like
2017.
3 movies in one.
Right. 3 movies in, like, the course of a week or 10 days. And I was just like, wow, this is awesome. So just thought I'd mention that. But, yes, Dead End also had Bob Glazier, L.D. Blevins / Jules Hero in it, Anthony Wayne, Walter Maceda, Kelly Helen Thompson, and James Knowlton, and Bull for a scene.
Yep.
And, of course, you and me. And that was for the Action Film Challenge in 2017. It's also part of Wynkoop Tales, I believe.
Right.
Then we did, of course, at the same time, we did Joel Wynkoop's Battlesuit, which was also for the Action Film Challenge, and it won 5 awards.
Yeah.
At the Action Film Challenge, and it's been in a lot of festivals. It actually played at that Film Review Tampa Bay just this past Thursday. Got pretty good reception. That is also in the Joel Wynkoop Acting Pack. We did Nakota. Well, I had a small part in Nakota, which is also in the Action Pack, which is sort of Steve Nakota 30 years later. Are we there? Hello?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. We also worked, I did I Dared You, Truth or Dare Part 5, which was very exciting for me because I got to be finally in a Tim Ritter movie. Technically, I was in Deadly Dares, and technically I was in Twist Illusions too, but this was, to me, like a Tim Ritter movie, a Truth or Dare movie. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very bloody in that movie.
Yeah, you are.
What I've ever had on me in any movie, scene, anything. I got to sit in a tub full of blood for about an hour. But it was fun.
I don't know if we got that picture. Do we have a picture?
You did, but I haven't seen it come up, so I guess you said you had to send it twice.
Yeah, I think when I was messing up that WeTransfer, it wouldn't send all the pictures, and I had to delete them all, and I had to restart them all over again.
Yeah, one of the pictures that comes up, it's from when I was at Tampa Bay Screams a year or two ago, and you see me covered in blood. It's from that same...
Oh, that's right. I see it now.
It's from there. It's just not the scene where I'm actually in the tub covered with blood. I'm just sort of standing there like I'm a zombie or something.
Yeah.
Then, let's see. Then, of course, like Animator, which was for Seb Godin and Dustin Hubbard.
You played a scientist.
I'm sorry, what?
You were a scientist?
Right. I mean, my character has the name Catherine. I'm the wife of the mad scientist that comes up with the formula. But, yes, I worked on it with him in that. And then we have Tim, which is where I played Juliet. And that was also kind of cool because it's sort of, if you're a Truth or Dare fan, you will love Hess. It's very awesome, very, very much an homage to all the Truth or Dare movies.
Right.
Then
I gotta say too. Just I'm sure he's not listening, but just to give credit where credit's due. Truth or Dare 5 was with directorial co-directed with Tim Ritter, but also Scott Tepperman from Ghost Hunters.
Right.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters International.
No, you're right. I apologize for not mentioning that.
I'm sure he's not listening.
And he also starred in it as the character Dax.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I don't know, is he the main bad guy since Dan Hess is in it? Dan Hess might be a good guy. Not really sure. But, and also if you're a Truth or Dare fan, Dax is from the first Truth or Dare movie.
Right. He's the little boy that gets chainsawed down, the baseball player.
Chainsaw to the face. Right. So then looks like we did Death Escort Service Part 3. That was for the Sleaze Box and Chris Wood, where I reprised a role that was in, I think we said Mondo Sacco.
Yeah. And on that, also on that disc, you can, I think Mondo Sacco is on there, and I think the original Taste Me is also on there. So you not only see the movie, all these extras, plus you can see those two shows that you are in way back then, too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think you get to see sort of a blooper in our scene. Joel went to pick me up, and I wasn't aware that he was doing that, so we fall. And I think that stayed in the movie.
I picked you up but lost my balance, and we fell into the DVD rack, and I was like, oh, my God, Chris is going to kill me. And all this stuff was crashing down on my head and on you.
Like,
and
God.
They're like, are you all right?
I've got like this scrape on my back. I chipped my ankle, but I'm more like, oh God, I hope we didn't mess up any of Chris's, VHSs and DVDs. I'm like, that's worth more than anything else right now.
Yeah.
Luckily, they were all safe, so that was good. And then some of these are out of order that I look at on my IMDb because I know I filmed them before they actually are showing. Like, One by One says 2015, but it's after all the 2018 stuff, so I'm not really sure how that works.
Now, there's another movie called One by One. That's why I want to just state that. This is Kelly Helen Thompson's One by One.
That is One by One by Kelly Helen Thompson. Sort of like a drama, family drama that she did. And that's...
Shelby McIntyre played your husband.
Yeah, I feel bad. I really can't go through everybody that's in the movie because there's so many.
You had a big sex scene with Shelby, huh? You and Shelby were like getting it on?
Shelby and I didn't even kiss, so no, there's no sex scene with Shelby. We have a death scene. Oops, spoiler.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to wake everybody up.
Sex scene. Yeah. And then I did do a scene for Ouija Mummy.
Oh, that's right, Seb Godwin and Dustin
another
Hubbard.
Seb and Dustin Hubbard, Seb Godwin movie. Now I think I can get into what I've done this year.
See, you brought us completely up to date. That's what I was saying. That's how I like to go.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mostly talk about what I've done this year. Oddly enough, for this year, so far, I've just worked for other people, which is unusual. Usually, we do something that's a Wynkoop production, but everything's been for other filmmakers, and it's actually been quite fun. I want to say it was in March. We started with Rutledge Productions out of Indiana. They came down, and we filmed a wraparound for their movie called The Tube.
I know, we got that going. Yeah, that's playing on the monitor. We got a picture of that.
Yeah, that actually just came out, probably, a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
So we're pretty happy about that. That was exciting.
We'll have that at Tampa Bay Screams.
We will have that at Tampa Bay Screams. And then I shot for Dustin Hubbard again for, I don't know what the actual short's called. I think the entire movie is called Frightmares. It's an anthology. And it was nice because I actually got to act with Seb Godin. He plays my son. And Steve, please help me with how you say his last name.
Steve Balowitz.
Steve Balowitz. He also plays my son in the movie. It was just the three of us in the movie, or in the short, and it was a lot of fun. It was kind of a odd character, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, neat.
And then I believe we worked for Chris Woods for Family Snapshot.
Oh, that's right.
Which is sort of like a family drama as well. This should be out next year.
Yeah, Chris says this is not his typical sleazebox movie either.
It's not a sleazebox movie, so looking forward to that as well.
It's kind of eight's movie. Frank Piccarelli.
Right, Frank Piccarelli and
Bob Glazer's
Bob
in it.
Glazer are the two, leads in that movie.
Yeah. I think Joe Makowski's in it also.
Oh, okay, Joe Makowski. I know Rob Elstrom's in it. Quite a few people.
And I'm trying to remember
that movie.
The couple of the girls. Is Katie in that? Katie McKinley?
Katie, I think Sushi's
in it?
Is in it. and Dawn Layla.
Dawn Layla, she's in it. Yeah, that's right.
I think they're all in it.
Just trying to remember who else.
Yeah. So I think that's not due until next year, though. Just finished filming it, so I'm sure he's got to edit and do some more work on that.
Was he going to have it at Tampa Bay Screams?
I don't think it's going to be ready for that.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he said next year.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Then I was asked by Kai Hornick, I think that's how you say his last name, to be in, I want to say it's called Demonic Stories, which is a short. Again, it's an anthology, but it'll be in one of the shorts, so I'm excited about that. Kelly Helen Thompson is doing a movie called Six Strings, which she asked me to be in, so hopefully we can work that out with my schedule.
Yeah.
And the most recent thing, which I'm actually very excited to do, and I get to start filming that at the end of next month, I'm very, very excited about it, is Inheritance by Michael Kenneth Farr. He wrote, I believe he's directing it, and he also is starring in that. It is a drama, sort of a mystery drama, I guess, is what I can say. I play the Aunt Rhonda character. It's about all I can tell you about it, but I'm very excited to do it. Also, we have an Indiegogo up for this movie, so if you want to help us make a movie or be part of the movie, please go to Indiegogo and look up Inheritance. It's Inheritance Movie. It's also on my page. There's a link straight to it. You can be in the movie. I mean, depending on what you want to donate, you can be an extra in the movie. You can be a dead body in the movie. You get posters, T-shirts. There's a lot of perks. So you can help us make the movie, and we would really appreciate it for anyone that would like to, help us out with that.
Yeah, cool. Good.
So I think I'm finally up to date with what I've done.
So that's a lot of movies, and there's some in there you skipped, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I will also be at Tampa Bay Screens
that's right.
August 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah, and we got a few minutes left, but yeah, that's something that's coming up, so tell us about that.
Well, Tampa Bay Screens is a horror convention, local horror convention in Tampa. I believe this is their 4th year. They're going to have 3 days, August 23rd through the 25th. And there's quite a few guests. The best thing to do would be go to, I think it's Gator Blade Films, and then they have a link for Tampa Bay Screams. But I know, I think Debbie Rashawn is one of the main stars, I guess. I don't know, guests, that's the word. Lloyd Kaufman's going to be there. Of course, the Wynkoop, Rhonda Shear, I think Joe Whitlow, Catherine Parks, me. Yay.
And some of these people, Catherine Parks is from Friday the 13th, Part 3. Jill Whitlow is from Night of the
Weekend
Creeps.
At Bernie's.
Oh, and Weekend at Bernie's, Three's Company. And then Lloyd Kaufman, of course, the president of Troma Films. Debbie Rashawn's been in a slew of movies, and I got to play her.
A million movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was her husband.
Like the queen of horror.
Yep.
Or the queen of B movies.
Yeah.
And
yes, you're going to be there
USA,
too. And you're going to be there. You're going to have your own table.
Will be there.
You'll be there as a guest.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rhonda Shear's
my
up
own movie,
all night.
So I actually am a little bit more than just Joel Wynkoop's wife.
Yeah, so we're going to be there together, and we're going to be there to meet people that come in. You're going to have your movies on your table. We intersperse them, but I've got them on mine. We got T-shirts, and we're always happy to talk to people and sell movies and take pictures, sign autographs, and just have a good time. Make a good time out of it.
Absolutely.
Well, Cathy, baby, is there anything else you'd like to say, or you got to talk about the Inheritance, but anything else you want to kind of plug while you're here?
I think that was it. I am pretty excited right now, though, about Inheritance. I want to make sure that everyone's aware of that and that we have the Indiegogo up right now for that. So we would really love you to help us make that movie. You can, get some great perks from it. You can be a part of the movie, depending on what you'd like to donate. It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. As I said, I think we start shooting at the end of August, so I'm very excited about that. So just like I said, you can go to Indiegogo.com, look up Inheritance Movie, or just go to my Facebook page, and there's a link on there as well, which would probably be easier to do. So.
And your Facebook page is it Cathy Holsebrook Wynkoop?
Right, it's Cathy Holzberg Wynkoop. If that's too much to remember, just go to Joel Wynkoop, and it says, "Oh, look who he's married to," and you can click on me from there.
And then, because you got your inheritance page up there, which will send you. What do they have a regular Indiegogo thing. So if you click on that, it takes you there, I guess. And then Dustin sent it to me, and it's on my page too.
The link's on my page from that, yeah. So if you just click on the link, that'll take you right to the site. But you know, you can also just put in inheritance movie.
All right.
So.
Well, all right, Cathy Wynkoop. Thank you for. I want to say coming on, but coming on is like you come into the building and sit down. So not really, but for phoning in and being with us tonight on the Joel Wynkoop Show and talking to us about.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, coming on and letting people know, you know, what you do and what you've done. Like you said, a lot of people do come up to the table and they're like, "Oh, you're in these too?" And yeah, I've done a whole bunch of movies. Yeah. But we, you know, that's the only way people are going to know. I mean, you got to point it out and just say, "Yeah, that's me you're on the cover of the Bite." Right in the dead center of the Bite. So you
on
can
the Bite, Wynkoop Tales.
Yeah.
Always Midnight, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but nobody's going to know unless you tell them. So that's what you continue to do. You let people know, and a lot of times they just think I'm the guy that's acting, and you're the guy's wife, but not true because you're doing a whole bunch of stuff too. So.
Right. Exactly.
Well, all right, baby. I'm about to head home then because I'm starving. I don't know if I'm going to hit something on the way home or just wait till I get home. But I'll see you shortly.
Okay, Wynkoop. I'm starving.
Yeah, I told that story. That was Mike French from Crystal Water. He would come in. We'd all run our routes, and I'd get back from Okeechobee, and Frenchie would come back from Stewart, and he'd come right in the office, and he'd see my little thermos type thing. I'd always have my food and drinks in, and he would come through the door and go, "Wynkoop, what you got in the box? I'm starving." And he'd open it up and just start digging through. Whatever was in there, he'd just start eating and drinking, and I'd just be like, I just kind of let him go. He's in there, just let him eat the food and have the drink. So, all right, Cathy Wynkoop, thank you so much, honey.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
You are very, very welcome, and I'll see you in a little while. And everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. You got Ian was on for a little while, and we had Cathy on. And Cathy Wynkoop, I hope you have an awesome night, and I'll see you soon. And everybody else, that is the Joel Wynkoop Show for the night. We ran a little late because we ran late at the beginning. We ran late with Ian, and I wanted to give Cathy as much time as Ian. So we are out of here. We won't be back next week because they're doing some kind of big maintenancing thing here in the studios. So that's not going to happen. But hopefully the following Friday we'll be back then. Remember to check out your copy of Analog Nightmares from Richard Mogg. Check out Tampa Bay Screams, which is coming up by Sean Donahue. It's August 23rd through the 23rd, 4th, and the 25th through the 25th. And from Bull, have you got any insightful things you would like to say before we close?
No, just go to the YouTube channel, Bull's Radio Lounge, then click on any video. And when you go down there, it's through the where you can support the channel. And I want you to do that. Just type in Wynkoop, and we get paid to get some more shows out there.
Because then we could get some more technical stuff.
That is true.
Yeah.
More wires.
Yeah.
More things that we need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're going by a business, go behind their business and steal their stuff and bring
Well,
it.
don't
do
steal
that.
that.
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
won't do that. No, yeah.
But if you want to, go ahead.
But if you,
We're not telling you to, but if you want to, go ahead.
Those are rich people. They don't need that stuff.
No.
Just take it and bring
Support
it to them.
this show.
Yeah, this show.
Support the Wynkoop Show.
Yeah, that's right. And
then you'll get a digital autograph picture by Joel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I signed it last week live.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not live, but you signed it.
It was live when I signed. Oh, we were not live when I signed it?
No, you signed it off air.
I thought we were on the air when I signed it.
Negative.
Negative. Who are you, Mr. Data?
That's right, negative. I don't know if Data would say that, though.
Data would say negative.
No, he would not.
Data?
Not negative.
Data from Star Trek Next Generation.
No.
He would say negative.
Are you sure?
Yeah. As well
I've
as
never
Spock
heard him
would
say
say
negative.
Fascinating, Captain.
Maybe I'm just not
and
I'm not a Star Trek man.
and Terminator. Negative. And the kid said, "You can't go around saying negative."
Why?
Well, he was trying to teach him the slang.
Oh.
Like hasta la vista, baby.
That's his words.
The kid said that. The kid said, "You got to." Well, no, the kid taught it to him. The kid said, "You got to say things like hasta la vista, baby. So later on, when Schwarzenegger blows somebody away, he goes, hasta la vista, baby. And he learned it from, I can't remember the actor's name that played the kid.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
I know. And there's another Terminator movie coming out. All right. As well as Rocky, I believe. And then, of course, Rambo. All right. It's Joel Wynkoop Show. I don't even know if I'm coming back for another one. I don't know. Stay tuned. We're going to let you know with...
What do you mean? You're coming back next Friday,
Keep listening
right?
to
Not this Friday,
Bull's
but next
Radio
Friday.
Lounge and the Bullshitter Show.
Bull and the Bartender Show on
Bull
Tuesdays.
and the Bartender Show. Yeah, keep listening there.
So not this Friday, but next Friday, Joel Wynkoop will be back live.
Maybe, yeah.
What do you mean maybe?
I don't know.
Might have to talk off air.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Anyway, and then if we can put up something, I'll send you something that we can put up and replace next Friday why that we can't go live. So
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
All right, we'll let you know.
All right, everybody. Here's my phone from 1949, as Bull would say. That's Joel Wynkoop Show. We're out of here. Everybody have a good night. For the people that did tune in, thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Thank you. And I hope everybody has a great night. Bye.